What about your headphones?
It's
So-
Mr. Spencer.
Who's ready to kick this party off?
Oh,
So violent.
Yes.
oh,
I mean, do we have to? Can't we just sit here and discuss? You know?
Discuss
Discuss
Yeah,
what?
we can
our
just kind of
current
like
political climate.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
we'll just sit around on the internet and pass a bowl. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I like bowls.
What kind of bowl is it? Is it like a
It's the fine
cereal
china.
bowl? Is it like a
It's the
small
fine china soup bowl.
Is it a mixing bowl?
All right.
Is it a weed bowl? Is it gonna taste like cold dill pickle, Taylor?
You caught me.
Well, whoops, I already ate something when I shouldn't have.
What?
What?
Hold on.
This is
You already
not
what
right now.
something?
I'm trying to fast and I'm like, oh, soda, and whoops.
I mean, same.
Senator Burr.
Okay. Are we live on the internet? Have we been live on the internet for much more?
We've been live for like
To,
30 years, I think.
Okay, sweet. So, yeah, that's if we got the synopsis on there, I'll just kind of, you want me to hit the high points, or just we gonna jump in? Because
I want to hear you. I want to hear you do the recaps.
Okay, so at the beginning of last session, we were recuperating after a night of half of the party
being
partying
drugged.
and the other half babysitting. So you guys woke up, or three of you rather woke up in interesting locations. One woke up in the in the basement of V, cuddling a mannequin, and had some very panicky moments while they tried to escape the department store level of closet space that V had. Another woke up in a bed, tied, clearly, and a woman questioned Sif about how, about who he was, what he was there to do, all that kind of stuff, and then she just fucking left.
Sure.
And then,
Didn't even
and
have the
then the last
goddamn
one.
common courtesy to give my ass a little slap on the way out.
and Kulon woke up tied to V's bed. You guys found each other in the city after elusive Zaxxus and Half babysitted at the Step by Step orphanage run by April Kotz, Pius Sita's fiance. And April thanked you all for your help, said that she's always accepting help and walk-ins to help with the children. And then you figured we should probably recuperate from the night, and the partiers and the babysitters met up, and you went shopping pretty much immediately. And the shopping excursion began. You went to the Grim Tribute, I believe. Wait,
No, that was a session
previous
before.
session. Yep. You recuperated, found at V's place, and he sent you on a little bit of a shopping spree as he found something in his office in the back of Castco. So you browsed briefly the storefront of the very vast storefront of Castco, a collection of varying rarities of magical items, and after that he collected his high level components for spells to help you out in finding the Spellbreaker Spear. He returned to what you were doing in the city, and then he called, said, "Holy shit, guys! I got something. The Spellbreaker Spear is no longer on in the Feywild or wherever the fuck it was, because I just checked on it and found it." And then he said, "Oh, and by the way, someone's breaking into my store. Can you go help?" And you all dashed over to the back of Castco. And after hearing something careen and crash into the floor. One of you found one of you found a crate of boots of some sort scattered along the ground in the on the bottom side of this map in the alley. At that moment, you heard a metal something or other slam. Kai jumped in behind the horse pulled carriage and jumped under the tarp where this box was, and a few guards walked up and said, "Stop right there! What's going on here?"
You're wanted for crimes against Skyrim and her people.
What's saving you?
Let me get those guards out here real quick.
Oh god, town guards.
I wasn't there, I was here.
I was very much there. I thought I was safe, as far away as possible.
Little did we realize we were standing in the street.
Wait. Why am I not next to the building? I'm in the middle of the street. I was
'cause-
here. There you go.
Oh, okay. Well, I moved you. Yeah.
Which
'cause I was
one of
fucking
these
around with
buildings
the
here is Casco? The left one or the right one?
Pretty sure it's this
Um,
one.
map. It's this
Oh.
one down here. on the
Well, I
bottom right.
can't see
Yeah,
down
bottom
there,
right.
but okay.
Hold on, where the fuck? I had. Okay, No, not that one. There we go.
You got this, I believe in you, buddy.
I don't.
You got this. Don't ever say you don't got this, because you got this.
I'm just putting these on the map. Sorry, I've got a.
Are we live?
No.
I'm not seeing a streaming icon for anyone.
Indy.
No, Indy's not streaming, and it's probably because of the connection. But he's recording, so it's okay.
Okay.
If you want Indy, you could probably send the overlay to Shay if it wants to be streamed. I
Well,
don't trust myself because I'm not smart enough to deal with that.
Oh,
Okay.
sick. It's worse than we thought. They're fashionable.
They're fab guards. It's the fashion police.
Actually, hold on. There we go. So they walk up to Kulan, who Kulan and Sif both were completely blindsided by their presence.
That 69 there. Don't be fooled.
Yep.
It's not actually
Nice.
69. It's 6.
Yep.
Nice.
But they walk up and they just kind of, "Hey, what's going on here? Hold on. Stop. Can step into the street, please. Come here." And they kind of both back up and beckon for you both to come to you.
I'm just gonna wait for Sif to do something.
We probably don't have a lot of time. We're here on behalf of V.
Party
Somebody broke
yard.
into Costco or Casco.
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
There's not a lot of time to explain. It's kind of urgent. We're here on behalf of V. Somebody has broken into Casco, and he sent us to help.
That sounds like a pretty likely story. We're gonna at least need you for questioning if you want to come in. And then, hold on.
There's another crash.
No, but there
No.
Spree of
are
burglaries.
guards that run up from the alley in the south. 2 guards that run up here, and basically, you guys hear it from out in the street. Just as the people in the alley heard, "Hey, stop! What's going on here?" You
Hey.
hear a, "Hey, hold up! Put your weapons down." It's 2 guards approach.
Listen, officer, it's not what it looks like.
That's not what it looks like. I'm holding it for a friend.
I swear, this man on my shoulder is not what it looks like.
Hey, please, guys, we don't want to hurt you guys, but we need
There are intruders in Casco as we speak, looting the store.
Yep, and as far as I can tell, we caught some of them. So come with us.
No.
But how does that
No.
leap of logic excuse
Yeah.
it? Where's your evidence? Because we happen to be standing in the street? That's
Well,
some
we got
profiling bullshit.
an alarm. We were told to come here and check out what was going on out back of Casco.
By who?
And
Wait, okay.
Which
is
one of
this-
you has the thing that lets you talk to V?
Who is talking to who? I'm freaking out. Like, oh.
You're gonna have to tell
V.
Kulon he's not gonna remember he has it on him.
Hold on, use the thing. Talk to V.
Oh right. I pull out the little thingy bobber. And I'm like, hey, they're trying to arrest us?
shit.
Yes, that is indeed shrubbery. Thank you, God.
Roll 20. Why are you freaking out?
He doesn't want them to be arrested.
Hey, hold on, wait. Sean, what's your passive perception?
19.
Whew.
Yeah. You definitely notice.
I have the fucking, the Byakugan from Naruto. I
you
have
notice-
like 359 degrees of vision.
As you're saying, hey, it's not what it looks like. You see a hawk fly over and land on the lamppost behind the guards.
Do I recognize that hawk?
Do I recognize
Yeah.
that hawk?
I'd say you do. What's your passive perception, Kulan?
15?
It's not. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you would both notice it.
Ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
Holy shit, is that who I think it is?
Sense if it's a real or not real hawk?
I mean, sure. It's a real hawk. Like you would know that.
Alright, okay, listen. I know of someone who can just summon a hawk, so I don't know if that's a like real looking hawk or if it's like some weird magic bullshit.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I want to say Arcana, but Survival because you would have seen it before.
Okay, thank
Both
you.
of us, or
Sorry, History instead of Arcana.
Guidance. Never mind, I don't need guidance.
Yeah, you recognize the hawk.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna like
Everyone else is just like
tap Sif
Kai's
repeatedly.
fucking hiding under a tarp, and
Good.
these three yahoos are being questioned by some more guards. Hey Kai, you wanna give me a stealth check real quick?
Oh.
Hey Taylor, can I ask a favor?
What's up?
Can you not use a black ping
Oh yeah.
when everything's in the shade?
That was disadvantage too.
That's,
Oh
what
my
color
God.
is
Nice even
missing?
across the even.
We're missing some red. No, we're not. Fucking eggs red. God damn it.
Orange?
I'm
Are we
dark
green?
red. You
Wow.
can
Are we green?
Oh,
That works. I just want to be able to see when
Yeah.
you ping.
I just wanted to have the most neutral color.
That's fair.
Poco Overwatch.
Yeah. Okay. So you're pretty well hidden as these guards just kind of run by you, kind of looking at what the fuck is going on with their friends. I walk over here, and they say, "Please, gentlemen, please drop the man."
Drop the man.
What? Why would I drop him? That would hurt him.
Then set him down. I don't. Here, and they start reaching for their side and pull out some shackles.
No, what are you doing with those?
That's not necessary. That's not necessary.
Well, then, please
We're friends of V. We
follow us then.
need to defend the store. All right, sure.
So did we, and we'll find out who's correct. We have the authority of the city.
I mean, there's not much time here. The thieves could get away in the time that you take us.
Saxis, are you still holding her
We
out
have-
the window?
We have guards surrounding this entire building. If they're in there, they're not getting away.
Okay.
Indeed.
Please come
You're in my
close.
hands, but you're not on my shoulders anymore.
Damn.
I'm like
Okay.
holding you like a baby.
Was the rock for talking to V or was it for talking to Caius?
V.
To V.
It was V.
Okay.
I called V. He didn't pick up.
Alright, so I'm just gonna
Not
like.
taking my calls now. This is not a good sign.
You have reached the voice mailbox of It's me, V! Please leave a message after the tone. Beep.
Yeah, like you send the message and he just like fucking ghosts or something.
Hmm.
Typical
I
gay.
knew there was something suspicious about. Okay, I'm just gonna like go with the guards, I guess.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean-
if they've truly got it surrounded, as they say they do, I will
Yeah.
comply.
And Sif and Kulan, you do notice that there are several guards running from the same direction that they were, and they're like a few of them kind of stop, like right around here in the alleyway, and some of them keep running by in the street.
Do they look like every guard we've met up until now?
Similarly, like they're a lot of the guards that you've met have been like getting off duty or something. Oh, sorry, I'm just highlighting shit. Have been getting off duty or weren't on duty. The ones that you've seen on duty, yes, these look very much like them.
Okay, so the uniform is Gucci.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you see those capes? Of course it's Gucci.
I know. I'm jealous. Ulan wants a cape. He's mentally written that down.
Okay.
I'm gonna mention that there's a cart up a ways, like behind us, kind of.
Why?
Up the
My
alley.
cover.
We found it there, and there was like
Dom's gonna get me
Yeah.
killed.
And
there was
they immediately say, "We're on it. We're watching it. We'll make sure it goes nowhere until the business involved."
That's it.
I can
Just a
stab.
warning. One of our friends is in the cart. They were making sure there's nothing conspicuous inside of it.
Damn
we
you
noticed-
from the cart.
We noticed boxes named Bertram's notify I don't know, title as like Bertram's Delivery. Does that sound like a familiar company, or is it like?
Oh yeah, I deliver all over town.
Okay. Well, there were boxes labeled as such inside the cart
Okay,
and
well,
under it. So
If
All
the
right, well-
cart's response time is this good, why would V even send us?
exactly. This is
We're
kind
being
of sketch.
set up.
We're being set up. You guys want to kill the guards?
Jesus Christ.
Alright.
I'm just saying,
DM 101.
if one of you attacks the guards, I'm helping.
No, I'm complying. I'm not.
I'm complying. Like, I'm not.
Kulon is laser targeted to that hawk.
Yeah, I've like been glancing at it.
I don't know. V. I just want to mention to the party out of character. V. Or kind. I don't know. Whatever. Like, V wasn't ever like forthcoming with answers ever
That's true.
on any like subject. He was never really comfortable with the party. I don't know.
That's just a
That's
V. I mean, I think we're all complying with the guards.
Yeah. I don't see an issue. I don't see it.
They just need to
So-
find Kai.
So they'll say, "Well, we don't. If you're not going to make any sudden moves, just keep your hands where we can see them, and I don't feel the need to shackle you." So they kind of, the one in charge, just kind of shepherds all of you as you guys are brought to the front of the alleyway.
Hey guys.
Oh, hey, long time no see.
You really give away my good position, huh, Luciv? Oh, I can finally see
And-
again. Jesus Christ.
And they
Hold me.
and yeah, they start to shepherd you towards the military headquarters.
Caius, please.
So they take you all the way to the square, kind of march you by the city council district.
As we
Down
pass
the
by
road.
the spire, like, V, what the fuck?
I mean, if
And-
anybody, could I cast like as we walk by the spire, yell, cast thaumaturgy and yell, V, what the fuck?
Yeah, actually, that sounds
He,
great.
we find out he's actually just committing insurance fraud.
Oh,
Yoshi commits tax.
No, like for you guys, the illusion is still stopped. There's no like the bricks aren't following you. Like you don't see a single face of the wall just kind of circling around it as you walk by. You definitely see the door there, and they like the guards just kind of chuckle as you shout to V. They keep walking you by.
fair
They
enough.
make small talk amongst themselves, but don't address you at all.
Gotcha.
It's a little rude.
Lovely weather we're having today.
Eh,
Is
better
the
than
hawk
usual this time of
following us?
year.
Chilling
Yeah.
in Mojave.
The hawk is definitely flying above.
Ooh.
You can occasionally see. Well, I guess the moon's out tonight, so you can see the silhouette above you.
Salami.
I'm gonna shake some tasty looking berries out of my hair and offer it to the hawk.
Does it respond?
Jesus, what did I
Yep.
No.
It grabs one.
Alright, can I offer a perch to our beautiful hawk?
Nope.
I wanted
It's
a
a
friend.
dialect.
You have Hamlet.
Yeah, and she's hidden because I'm not letting her get arrested.
Hamlet
She's too
goes
young
to
for
jail.
this.
The pigs get the pig.
No.
No, they really don't like accost you or anything. They lead you down into the cells, and just kind of put you all in the same cell, and lock it. And then you see them turn like on the side of the lock. You see them like run their finger around it, and then it kind of shimmers, and then okay, well, you've mentioned a lot of powerful people. I can't confirm or deny their involvement in this, and their involvement with you. So when Caius is in his office tomorrow, we'll send a memo.
We were eating dinner with Caius last night. We're friends. Please.
Okay, that still your personal relationships with the higher personnel in the military does not absolve you from a potential crime that happened. We will contact the store's owners and managers, and if they can vouch for your reasons in being in that alley, it will be a clear indicator of innocence. If not, you'll stand trial.
Can't believe I have to become Michael Schofield. Quick, do any of you have the layout of this jail cell just tattooed on your back?
God, what is
Funny,
what does
you
this
should
cell look
ask.
like? Can I question the guards?
Of course.
Can I want to ask
You said I would
them-
be leading the investigation when I came in here. How much weed exactly did you smoke?
Ugh, that caught me off guard. Anyways,
They give their little spiel and kind of say, well, if you know these people and they'll vouch for you, then you'll have a stronger case. If one of the managers or one of the owners says that they sent you in response, then absolutely you'll go free. And they all start to turn away and walk and turn and walk away. So,
Do any of us have any like letters, like from Caius or V, like any written?
Kai, what were you going to say whenever they turned away?
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask them, the owner of Costco is V, correct? Hopefully, because that's where either we're being set up by him or, the usual. I was just hoping we could get on the same terms.
Well, truthfully, the honest owner of the Casco Corporation is is anonymous, but we do know that V is very involved in the higher
Oh,
workings.
is this like a franchise thing?
Well, we found the big bad. No.
Feel
It's the
comfortable.
boss,
It's not,
Sean.
it's not always about the money, Spider-Man.
He's gonna skip time on us.
So what?
Alright.
How wide are the cell bars? Could I, as
No,
a
they're
small
pretty
man?
tight.
Damn.
Like there's cell bars, but then there's also like kind of a thinner, like a smaller wire, like almost chicken wire.
So like,
Or you know like the 2-inch squares that are just kind of really
Ah,
thin wire.
unfortunate.
are they having us sleep in this cell?
Important question. Is there a tin mug in here that I can run along the bars and sing?
I have a mug and I pull it out. There you go.
Kai falls asleep very easily, even with that this little tinging, you know. She leans against the wall, you know.
You know,
I took that mug
She
from
sits
the perfect
upright,
peacock.
goes to sleep.
The guard in the basement here, they immediately go over to Sif and like, hey, dude, come on, like, please, just
I've always read about people in prison doing this, and I couldn't pass up the experience.
all right. Well, now you've experienced it. Please don't make us experience it
I
again.
sure have. And I'll give the mug back to
Thank you. Put it back in my backpack.
Oh, thank you.
And then out of the corner of the jail cell, a secret. There's a person.
Gob's face
Gob.
appears.
Is anybody just going to stay awake all night?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kulan has a point of exhaustion.
What?
I
I don't sleep.
Well, I mean, you have to meditate for 4 hours.
Alright, well, I'm.
Oh, okay.
meditating. I'm not sleeping.
Okay. Oh yeah. I phrased that. Is anyone going to stay awake all night?
Oh.
But,
no.
No,
okay.
we're not heathens.
Okay. Cool. So you guys all, get your long rest inside the jail cell.
Sure hope I don't wake up tied to the cot.
I sleep on Zaxx's tummy.
And
Just like the thought.
I say jail cell. It's more like the drunk tank.
Aw.
You're not in there with anybody else, but it's a very large jail cell. And
Does it smell
morning.
like booze and vomit?
hold on,
Sure
one
hope
second.
not.
Give me the scratch and sniff experience.
Oh God.
Absolutely
Goodbye?
not.
Oh boy. We're gonna
It's
get
got-
prison broken by. We're gonna get broken out of prison by.
Like
I
the
look at-
Schofield's here.
If we really wanted, like, two of us could just escape.
What did you think I was gonna do if those bars were wide enough? Half was gonna wiggle out. Bye, guys. I'm gonna go find
Take-
Caius.
Tay comes back and introduces an NPC named Nichol Toefield.
Me and Kulan could just teleport out.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, so you guys wake up, or end your meditating, and eventually in the morning, sometime there's no sunlight down here to speak of, but the very thin windows lining some of the top of the walls indicates
How-
that there is natural light outside.
How well lit is this area
It's
down here?
dim light. All of it is dim light, except for like part of the end of the hallway that the windows are peeking out of. And after that, after you wake up, a few hours pass, and sure enough, Caius walks in, and it's clear like he just got to work. He's like rubbing his eyes from sleep. He's holding a flask of some sort. He puts it in his pocket. And... Guys, seriously? What did you do?
I don't know.
We went to
V
defend
just
Castro.
asked us to go check out his store because the alarm was tripped, and then these guys were like, "Oh, you're wanted for crimes against Thomas and her people."
I mean, I'm glad my guys were doing their job. Don't get me wrong. Hold on one second. He shuffles through a pocket and pulls out a stone that looks very similar to yours, and he goes, "Hey V,
See, we tried calling him and he just
can you
ghosted us.
please, can you get your ass to the headquarters, please? Don't be a dick. See you in 5." And he kind of like gets a distant look in his eye and just goes, "All right, he's on his way." And just kind of like, and Caius just
Did he
kinda
give us a
leans-
Did he give us a bunk stone? Like, he really left us hanging there.
He blocked our number.
Oh god.
No, he said he was having a really good time and didn't know what he was hearing. So I don't know what the fuck. He said that was real. Oh,
We were gone for like 15 minutes. He said, "Hey, check my store. How good of a time could he have started having in 15 minutes?"
Do you know V?
Yeah.
Fair.
Caius looks at you and just says, "If you think that 15 minutes was the start of the good time, you're a damned
He was
fool."
probably high when
Was
we
he,
got
was,
there.
he, was he tripping when we got there?
He probably went to the Feywild and got
Was he
some
getting high on
cookies.
his own supply?
I'd be willing to bet you about 10 gold he was.
That's a
Don't
that-
get
that I would
high
not
off
take.
your own
I feel like that's a
supply.
losing
You're a
bet.
because
wise
I
man.
know he's on some crazy shit.
You're a wise man, Mr. Dragonborn.
I try.
And sure enough, about 5 minutes later, V walks in with a he's basically wearing a blazer and some like loose-ish piratey silk pants,
Hot.
and his hair is pulled back into a very tight, very short ponytail off his face, with his bangs just kind of hanging right in front of his eyes. He swoops them to the side. "Oh, hey guys, I'm so sorry. That was my fault.
It sure was.
Yeah, no, they're okay. If you guys want to just..." And immediately the guards go, "Oh, all right." And they run their finger along the edge of the lock, and he unlocks it.
Oh, they got the fingerprint sensors.
It's a chip reader.
And say, I'm sorry. Did you really get caught by the You got caught by this dude's henchman? Come on.
We
And
the
allowed
guards-
ourselves-
We were definitely more focused on the fact that something tripped your alarm.
Oh, I guess that did happen, didn't it?
It
Good.
sure did.
Okay, so, well, yeah, my bad. So, got any plans today?
Apparently not.
Fine. Did somebody rob your store, or?
Well, first of all, my plan is to get out of here and go into the daylight so we can talk about this bullshit right now.
Oh yeah. Come on, that's fine. All right, and before he steps out of the cells, his face changes.
Completely.
Now it looks like
Cinderella style.
no, like he snaps his fingers, and then you see his face just like shift, and he's no longer like the gnome that you guys have seen. He's a halfling with very pale skin, and his hairstyle looks the same, but his ponytail is just, it grows and gets a little bit longer, and his clothing looks exactly identical.
There's only
So
room for one
Do I
halfling in this
recognize
party.
that as disguised self?
Yeah, it,
Yes,
it
you
seems
do.
like it. Oh boy. He wears
And
so.
so he walks out, and he's just, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, I didn't think that they would have such a quick response time. They're usually a lot slower, which is, I mean, probably why I asked you to help. Honestly, I don't remember much, but it was a good time. So, what you guys doing?"
Who the fuck are you?
Clark Kent, or Superman put on his sunglasses and became Clark Kent. His sunglasses? His glasses?
That's just my response. Like,
Oh god, who are you? Where's me?
He gives you a look, and like two of his fingers go to the bridge of his eye, to the bridge of his nose, and just kind of. "I'm V. Nice to meet you. Elusive, right?"
You wanna unplug it and replug your mic? It's doing
Oh,
the
shit.
crackly thing.
Yeah. Oh fuck! All right, cool. Be right back.
Oh.
I can't believe V's a fucking robot. He's a synth. Oh god.
Synth component time.
Once they fall up.
I keep comparing like different spells to like stands, and I hate it.
Sans
And
Undertale.
Stando.
Stands.
Oh, Mr. Undertale. I miss you.
It is Cinderella. Holy shit. You're right. When you said Cinderella, I'm like, what? What does that have to do with it? I didn't. For some reason, my mind didn't go to JoJo.
We actually have the chip reader now?
Oh, it's not
It's
gonna
actually
work.
completed.
Oh?
I'm so glad you had that because my brain was just like, that one.
I was full on expecting you guys to fight the guards. Not gonna lie.
I'm not fighting
Why?
guards completely
We're-
surrounded. That's about the dumbest thing I could do.
You
We
guys
are-
are dumb. No offense, but
We are lawful people. We
Excuse
follow
you.
the
Speak
law.
for yourself.
Listen,
I'm
if we
the one
fought
who
the
saw your
guards,
hawk.
it would have been Kai's fault. If anyone.
Not
That's
really.
what I was thinking.
Not really.
They're right.
He's perfectly hidden.
Guys, town
and
guards are
bad
fucking
enough.
hell to fight.
Okay, let's see. There we go. I guess I'm just not gonna have my voice changer going because it's fucking up real bad.
Oh, hi God. Welcome
That's-
back.
Just use your natural voice changer.
Yeah.
You're right.
Just speak into a tin can.
But he walks out into the lobby and just kind of like, all right, well, who's got plans today? I'm kind of a. I mean, I
The only
got
part
some
we're
plans,
doing
but
is to talk about what's going on and maybe get some information on the staff that you said you were gonna share and then you didn't, because you're never really good at giving us answers, are you?
I've given you plenty of answers. You have more answers than after coming to me than you had when you came. So
Have we really?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we have
Yes.
it. honestly.
Thank you.
I'd say you do. You.
I feel like we have
I'd
more
prefer not to
questions
speak of this
now.
here.
Yeah, we have more questions than we came in. One of which just came up now when you changed from a gnome into a halfling.
That's just disguised self.
That's just a safety precaution.
Yeah.
right?
I can
Against
do
what?
that.
Why though?
Well,
Honestly.
when you have influence, there are people who want to take that influence. And I do not want my influence forcibly removed from my person. So I would rather keep living and keep my job and keep my abilities and essentially just keep breathing. And in order to do that, anonymity is best.
Breathing is great.
That's fair.
Wizards are
Thank you
weird.
for the answer, finally. Yeah.
Well,
So what comes next?
And he says, well, you, I'd assume you know where we're going. So after you. And he points to the door.
Great.
do I know where we're going? Are we going to the spire?
He doesn't say anything, but Sif, with your passive perception, you do notice that, like, oh shit, Gob just stood up and started walking. Or I mean,
Oh,
to
yeah.
you guys with the gnome.
Oh, hey, what's up, Go?
I leave you alone for a couple of days and you get arrested.
Yeah, it happens.
I
If
would
you'd been
slap
around,
Sif on the head and then point at the halfling and be like, "Who's this?"
Oh, that's a friend.
Pleasure to meet you.
Uh,
Name's Vince.
Don't drink his booze, he'll drug you.
Vince. Hello. I'm Steven.
Okay, now that introductions are over, fake or not, where have you been?
Half just kind of hugs Gob's leg, Mr. Lot.
I told you, she was doing God things.
Well, great. I'm glad you know what that means.
Yeah, it is good. Anyways.
Gob just shrugs.
You.
My
So
God.
yeah, we got arrested, and I'm just gonna start heading towards the spire.
So how about I don't know if you've been there, but it's a pretty close, nice little bakery. Have you heard of Chance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about we have some breakfast?
You're buying me something.
We talking
I'm
like
okay with that. I was
He's
going to
treating us
discuss.
all.
I was going to discuss possible means of recompense, if you'd like.
Great.
I fully
Not getting drunk.
did not intend for Caius's men to show up so quickly.
you hear a very loud stomach growl from Sif as soon as he mentions breakfast.
All right, come on, hurry! And he kind of just steps out the door, and in a
So
very
hungry.
dramatic, coattails blowing in the wind sort of way.
Can't believe he has a permanent wind around him to fashionably whip his clothes around.
It's a cantrip.
Go get some croissants.
You're a cantrip.
So, you guys follow the wizard boy, the small wizard, to Chance on the map.
We're off to eat with the wizard.
The horrible wizard.
What's going on?
Gob, are you just going along for the ride? What are you wanting to ask, if anything?
It's like, Sip, what's going on?
He's a pretty powerful wizard. He drugged me, so I'm not a big fan of that. He's helping us find a thing that apparently the people we met in the Feywild forgot to tell us about. Very important.
Hmm.
Fun times. Did a bit of shopping, and that's about it.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
What'd you
we need to find a Oh wait, no. Never mind.
I hear Elusive just muttering to herself.
Find the spear.
we gotta find a spear?
It's in the material plane now.
Are we getting money for this?
Oh, we sure are.
Oh, I'm in
better?
then. And then I'm going along for the ride.
I mean, according to Zaxxas, the spear is very powerful. It can nullify any spell,
Oh.
nearly any spell that is.
So you walk into the very cute, nice little cafe and bakery known as Chance, and he walks in and just kind of snaps his fingers and says, can we get my usual booth, please? It's V, thank you.
Good job hiding your influence.
Hey, I trust certain people in the city.
Mm.
I mean, we know what he looks like.
And?
I came here because I trust them more than I trust her.
Who's he referring to as her?
Gob.
Oh, that's Gob. She's
That's
cool.
fair.
Or that's Steven. He's
Is that
she's cool.
implying he trusts us? Because I feel like that's suspect also.
Well, he trusts you more than a stranger.
He's right
After
not to
all.
trust me.
But he walks in and just kind of sits down like he owns the place and gestures for you to do the same. Then he goes, "Oh, sorry, the booth's a bit small," and he snaps his finger, and then like the booth slowly, a table starts slowly moving towards the booth, and then 2 chairs at a time start making their way to be rearranged around the table.
Let's hope Zaxxas can fit.
Waffles. I want waffles.
Kai's gonna
hell
order
is a
the most
waffle?
extravagant, fancy, rich thing on there that has blueberries. That's what she's getting. The most.
Blueberries or rich man's
I
fruit.
thought
yeah.
it was lemons.
It's blueberry and lemons. Okay.
Okay.
Do they have granola?
Oh, I'm eating granola.
They sure do.
Alright, Kulan's just ordering granola.
Okay.
I'm just ordering the cheapest beer on the menu.
There is no beer on the menu.
Oh
For
no!
There's
breakfast?
coffee.
This is a white people place. You gotta get like a mojito.
Oh, there's Bloody Marys.
Can I
Uh,
get
well,
a spiced coffee?
Hair of the dog that bit you.
Yeah, you can.
Hot chocolate.
You can get some coffees.
A Turley Shemple.
God.
Isn't there a hot chocolate that has coffee? What are those called?
A mocha?
I guess.
Yep, that's what that is.
I want that.
Okay. Yeah, they serve up whatever you're wanting for
Yeah,
breakfast.
I was gonna
Um,
say I'm getting food. I don't need to describe it.
Kai,
This
they
is
give
more
you, they give you a very elaborately put together crepe with a lot of whipped cream and several fruits, including lemons and blueberries. Well, lemon juice squeezed on top.
Oh.
All
Just
you
give
can
me
eat
a roll of it.
waffles. All you can eat waffles.
Before you
Oh.
you have a crepe topped with a lemon infused blueberry whipped cream.
She
Okay.
doesn't even care. She's already eating all of it.
Yeah.
She's digging in.
Um,
A mixed
And-
berry compote.
V, says I genuinely am sorry that my new friends got captured by the law when they did nothing wrong.
Yeah, they were
So,
kind of
in-
dicks.
I'm sorry, what?
So they were kind of dicks.
Yeah, I mean, they can be. They were, after all, they were trained by Caius, I guess, relatively recently. So,
Chip off the old block, huh?
Also, I just the food I get like I asked for potato wedges.
are hash
Again?
browns okay, or would you prefer us to just make something up?
What in tarnation is a hash brown?
Wait, what?
What?
Sorry.
So you all get your food. They eventually get you some potato wedges. After everyone else's food, mostly. And yeah. So V says, "I'm really sorry. That's my bad. Sorry about that. So I've got a proposal for
We
your
always have one. Let's go.
unfortunately less than luxurious stay in the Slammer.
Mm.
I mean, I do have certain privileges. I'm sure while you were browsing the store, you noticed that that there were some items that were much less expensive than the items further into the aisles. If you want, feel free to pick one of those out. On me, I promise. No strings attached.
Are these the ones that you were explaining to us after the last session? That you forgot
Yeah, I
about?
can actually go and like list them off.
What
if
was
you
that?
want,
What was the staff or whatever it was that you were telling me about?
yeah, I'm turning to my page in the book.
Kai says to V, like, I'm keeping you on that deal, and you're paying for this.
That was always the plan.
She's pissed.
Look, I apologized. I'm sorry. I did not foresee that the law would actually be competent for once in this city. So,
Yeah, that was
bless.
honestly pretty surprising.
I like this little one.
Yeah, he's a fun time. Like I said, don't drink his booze.
oh, he's just upset because he had a little bit better of a time than he was anticipating.
No, he got robbed and nearly raped. That was not much of a better time, but go off.
Oh, you
I mean, that just sounds like a usual weekend, right?
got
No.
robbed, didn't I repay what you had? I thought I did.
You sure
No,
did.
No, I paid.
No.
Oh. Well,
that
Wanna
was
repay
cool.
me then? No, wait. On second thought, don't pay me. That seems weird.
you know
Oh,
what?
Yeah, cooling over here got a little
Well-
glow.
For now, more than one reason. If you want to pick out 2 items, feel free.
2 items.
Gee, Bill! Why does V let you have 2 items?
So, would you like me to list off all of these items, or let me see if I can just kind of do a quick Google search of
Economy
Randomized.
class magical items.
well, they are called common magical items.
While we're
Oh.
searching for this, can I see what? Can I? No, I'm not gonna. I want to ask Kulon
Oh.
what this pouch of dust is.
Yeah, if you give me a list of the stuff, I'll scrub
What
through it.
pouch
Yeah,
of
same here.
dust?
Oh, here you go. Just on the tags, just put in common. Like on the rarity tag.
Continue. Rarity common. So,
What is this dust? She says this to Kulon.
What dust?
This, and then she holds it like a sack.
Where did you get that?
I don't
It's
remember.
powder.
It's what?
Staff of bird calls.
A mystery key. Oh. Oh, fuck yeah.
what's the
Do they
Ruby of
not
the
have
War Mage?
Oh, the Ruby Wand of the War Mage. Hold on. Wait, the Ruby Wand of the War Mage? The fuck?
It just says Ruby
Oh,
of the War
Ruby of the
Mage.
War. Oh, well, it's actually quite fascinating. I love this item. If I didn't have another item that kind of encapsulate this one as well, I would say it's an excellent beginner beginner spell focus. You can attach it to literally anything, and it stays there until you decide it doesn't. And it functions as a normal spell casting focus for whatever spells you're casting.
Oh.
I want the cloak of many fashions.
Hey, I want that cloak.
You
You don't want the-
I wanted a cape.
Wait, don't you want the Cloak of Billowing? Shay?
Yeah, I want the cloak of billowing.
Okay.
A dark shard amulet. Who's she?
Cloak of many fashions does essentially what I am assuming, right?
I want the orb of time.
Yeah, Cloak of Many Fashions. Oh, that's excellent. I used to use one of them, but it's just so much better to own all of the clothes. But while you're wearing it, you can make it look like any other cloak. It
I'll
doesn't.
just...
Granted, it doesn't mimic the magical properties of another cloak that you see, but it does allow it to take on a form.
Ooh.
Rob just looks at
of
a
any
broken cloak with like tears and rips, and it's like, huh?
Oh, if you're wanting to not have that issue again, there are the clothes of mending. If you would like, I can have my tailors fit you with any outfit you would like.
Oh.
But effectively, every traveler and adventurer and combatant is going to have natural wear and tear on their clothing, and because of the nature of your business, I'd assume that happens much quicker. These clothes actually repair themselves at the end of every day.
I have a question for you, V or two.
Oh, go ahead. Ask away.
First of all, what's your clockwork amulet?
Oh, a clockwork amulet. It actually is linked very loosely with the plane of Mechanus. So, it sometimes, whenever you feel yourself not able to do a task as well as you know you can, it evens the odds for you. And mechanically, that means you can, instead of before you roll something, you can say, "That's a 10."
What?
And you roll a 10 on the d20 instead of making the roll.
Oh.
Oh.
So you get a 10 plus whatever modifiers go with it.
I'm scared to start what talking doll is.
It's a talking
I
doll.
know. This is
Oh.
an out of character question. Can all of us get 2 items, or is that only Sif, the poor man over there that got robbed?
Oh, well, Sif got his money back, as I've heard,
Yep.
by the lovely Kulon. So if Kulon would like to replenish his own coffers by taking an additional item.
Alrighty.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
But-
Is
Sorry, go ahead.
is the fuck, where'd it go? The dark shard amulet also a focus?
So I'm getting 1, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want charlatan's die.
You want the charlatan's die?
Yep.
Did you not want the where was it? The staff of Staff of
Getting
Adornment.
shopped for 5 hours.
What was the Staff of Adornment do?
It's the one that I told you about where you put like an item on top of it and it spins around or floats about a few inches above the staff.
I think I want the
Oh.
charlatans die.
Okay.
I
Um,
have a second question still.
I know what I want.
Yeah, what's up, Kai?
I get that you're trying to feel less, I wouldn't say guilty per se, but maybe a little more happy to make us happy about getting us in jail, but why are you being so generous whenever we spent one night in the clonker, as some would say, I guess?
Oh, well, my conscience is heavy, that's true. And I don't mean to brag, but money's not that big of an issue for me. I would much rather have people that I can reliably call upon that I trust.
And you just simply give it away to
Well,
people you
no,
trust?
of course not. If I did that to everyone, then, well, to people that I trust, I'm willing to share my wealth in whatever means I can, without being excessive, of course. But with that said, if I were to just give money away to everyone who could potentially earn my trust, I wouldn't be as affluent as I am today. Now would I? However, I have afforded you all the benefit of the doubt due to my good friend Caius's word. If he is relying on you, then until you prove me a foolish man, I will rely on you as well.
What's the Staff of Flowers do then?
Oh, that is an excellent question. The Staff of Flowers. Let me look it up real quick. Okay. Well, I mean, it does have limited usage per day, but you can do anything from like make a flower grow from a patch of earth, or just basically you can make
I can grow you flowers.
you can make flowers. And it has 10 charges per day, and you can use 1 charge to like grow a flower, and it recharges some like 1d6 plus 4 charges in the morning.
Ulan grows
believe-
you a flower and gives it to you.
And I
Oh.
believe you asked
I
about the
talked
talking
about
doll
it.
earlier. On that one, it's quite a fun one. It can memorize up to 6 words, or sorry, 6 phrases, but they can only be 6 words each, and it will repeat them whenever you designate.
What's the hat of wizardry?
Ooh, that one was very useful to me whenever I was a student. But it's it is to enhance the abilities and help focus the minds of wizards. If I don't know how aware of the sources of magic you are, but wizards are those who study to learn exactly how to manipulate the magic, whereas others find access to the weave in a different way.
The weave.
The weave.
Yeah, the magic weave, the barrier which separates the mortals from the divine. The tools left behind of creation. This is all
Magic sure is great.
oh. I didn't mean to lecture. So are there any other items that
Yeah, what's
pique
the
your
orb of time?
interest?
I want V to teach me magic.
The Orb of Time, unfortunately, I would love to give that away, but that is a extremely rare item that
Big money.
I would be in very very deep water if I were to just give it away because someone spent a night in jail.
Well, I spent a night somewhere else, right? That doesn't get me anything.
Well, I thought it got you a good time.
I can have good times anywhere. Barely remember it.
Well,
He did give you your memories back.
True.
Well, just forgot. Regardless.
Yeah.
It's just.
Don't rat him out.
I have a question for God.
I seem to have forgotten what
Mhm.
happened that night. If you could
Tankard
give
of
me another
sobriety.
demonstration.
Yeah, kinda.
Tankard
on,
of sobriety. You can drink any alcohol from it without becoming inebriated. You don't get drunk.
Oh, never mind.
It's basically, oh, I drink alcohol for the flavor.
Yeah,
Ew.
No.
it's basically a I want to automatically win any drinking contest cup.
What's
Interesting.
the Moon Touch sword?
The Moon Touch sword. Well, there's a whole row of there's a whole like shelf of blades that you can pull out. Pretty much any weapon that you would like. There's a very basic version of it, and they're all glowing. Think Sting from Lord of the Rings.
So
It's-
with the same properties, it just glows when shit comes around.
No, it just glows at night. It glows
That's
with
not how
moonlight.
Sting operates.
I know, but that's what it looks like.
Okay.
I know that it only glows whenever goblins are near, but like or orcs are near, but it's still.
Is there a
Um,
sick-looking glowing spear?
There sure is. There's a glowing spear. The blade at the tip is glowing very vibrantly, and there's a dull glow coming from what would essentially be a pommel at the other end of the spear.
What is cast off armor? Is that just what?
Cast-off armor is interesting because that's actually not labeled cast-off armor in the store. It is called stripper's armor
Oh.
because it only takes every suit of armor, like from full plate, which he says unfortunately I can't give that to you, but the lighter versions of armor are typically available. It's 50 gold on top of what the armor's base cost is.
Oh,
and,
it's called stripper armor in the store, and that's all I needed.
It's called stripper's armor because you can like snap your fingers and it just like unbuckles and falls off of you as an action.
That sounds like something a barbarian could use. Like, very well.
Kai really wants the staff of flowers. I don't
Then
know
it is
why.
yours.
Okay, cool.
There you
Somebody get the wand of smiles so he can just make people smile painfully.
Did we ask
Um,
about the Instrument of Illusions?
The instrument of illusions, of course.
I
it's,
was also looking at that.
it's a wonderful little like which instrument would you prefer?
Think
are
of it,
you-
it's like a holocaster.
I have the Loot of Illusions.
Yeah.
Oh.
You play it and you can make like a small illusion within what, like 10 feet? Or
within
15 if
within a
you're a
5
bard.
foot
So he
radius.
shouldn't have any musical instrument?
Basically in melee range is a
Is it
5 foot
melee?
radius.
So I saw a 10, 15 if you're a bard.
Yeah, it's a 5 foot radius, 15 if you're a bard. But yeah, illusions of like snow falling or like wisps of smoke dancing, that kind of thing. You can make illusions coming
Like a
from your instrument.
holocaster from
Yeah.
Futurama.
Kind of, but it's actually like the music sounds exactly the same as that instrument would.
Yeah. Or not holocaster, holophoner.
But there's that, and he says, "Oh, I don't make it a practice to hard sell anything, but half.
Yes.
I noticed you're wearing an eye patch.
Yes. I don't have an eye. Kind of just nods.
Would you like one?"
Does it do anything for me?
Is that the ersatz eye?
Yes, it is. And he holds up a it looks like a steel ball bearing with a hole drilled into it that's glowing blue from within. And he says, "Well, if you attune to this, I know it's going to probably be painful briefly, but it'll, once you're attuned to it, it will function as a normal eye. It may not look as conventional, but it functions just as well."
I have kind of looks at it and then goes, "I'm good actually."
That'd be cool. You could be like Kakashi.
It literally looks like Mad Eye
Got
Movie's
Sharingan.
eye.
No!
He said he was good.
But imagine the depth perception.
Just don't get polyjuiced, dude.
What does that mean?
That's Harry Potter.
Get dropped into a hole for a year.
But
Okay.
the item says this artificial eye replaces a real one that was lost or removed. While the ersatz eye is embedded in your eye socket, it can't be removed by anyone other than you, and you can see through it, see through the tiny orb as though it were a normal eye.
It'll be great if somebody tries to gouge your eye out with a spoon.
Sorry, what was that? I heard my name.
Oh. I wanted to know if I could have the shield of expression.
The shield of expression.
I
Of
also don't know
course
what
you can.
I don't know what the expression means. Does it mean it's like is it like a mood ring?
It's like the shield from Zelda with the face on the front.
Yeah,
no.
it actually is similar to that. It has like some metallic decoration sticking out, like jutting out from it, relief barely, and you can change the facial expressions on that shield.
If you get into a
Along with
fight, he's like,
along with the
guess I gotta bring out the angry shield.
Also, I would like to point out you as a hexblade with the blade pact, you are able to. Oh shit! Hold on. I just realized that I've still got the tribal shit going. So let's go ahead and.
It's just been following
Yeah, that's
me
been going
around.
for like ever.
Yeah, I know. I was caught up in other shit. I need to get some like elevator music in here, but I don't have any. So we'll have some ambient harp.
Also, what was that?
Me?
Was that you? Are you okay?
It's me just stretching.
I was like,
I was going to say like it would give you a shield, but you do have access to any type of weapon, including the two-handed ones. And having a shield or relying on a shield would have clear implications.
Is the pole of collapsing basically like a fucking tent pole? It just collapses.
Yeah, pretty much. It's effectively just like a 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What's that I see?
I was just curious because I saw it,
Yeah.
and that was one of the things I was looking at.
What
But
about
I'm definitely sticking with the charlatan's die.
Okay.
Like I've already got it in my inventory.
Yeah.
Is it a
Alright.
die or a set of dice?
It's 2 dice.
Okay.
Is the pipe of smoke creatures just like an appearance thing?
Yeah, is that an
Yeah. Basically, like you can smoke like Gandalf now.
Oh my god.
Like you can breathe in, and I usually have a Constitution check just to see how milky the cloud is. But you breathe it in, and then you breathe it out and dictate what it looks like before it dissipates. So you could make it look like a dragon, and like whenever it flaps its wing, it dissipates and stuff like that.
It's a giraffe.
Hey God, what is
Um,
this horn of silent alarm?
Oh, the horn of silent alarm. You can blow on this horn as much as you want, and he kind of winks and then says, "And only one person will hear it.
Oh, I could use
And
that to
you-
annoy people.
Get to pick who that is."
Oh, I want
This
that.
sounds like a vuvuzela.
It really is.
Here, do we all get one item?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
yes, 2.
What's the lock of trickery?
Ooh, the lock of trickery. Whenever, I'm sure you're, no offense, acquainted with attempting to access things behind locks not anticipated, not intended for you.
Yes, yes, yes.
No, whenever you
Guess what gives you that?
whenever someone picks this lock and fails, it readjusts itself, as does the key that accompanies it.
So it's like a terminal in Fallout.
Oh, that's
Yes,
neat.
the
The tumblers rearrange a
comes
little.
with a yep. The tumblers in this lock magically adjust to thwart burglars. Dexterity checks made to pick this lock have disadvantage.
I'm in between the rat hat and
The rat
the
hat?
cloak of billing, hat of vermin.
Yep.
What's the head of vermin?
We all love a red.
Okay, so hold on. Who has decided on an item?
Me.
I have one so far.
Okay. So Sif, you've got the charlatan's dice, and Kai, you've got the staff of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Kulan, what is the one item that you've settled on so
Cloak
far?
of many fashions.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He wanted a cape, he gets a cape.
Awesome. Well, technically, it's a cloak, but yes.
Oh my god.
Stop
Cloak
it.
of many fashions. It can look
It's-
however I want.
Many types of cloaks, but they are all specifically cloaks.
Yeah, that's a broad term.
Yeah.
How dare you? Cloaks have hoods.
Oh my god, I forgot that we merged. Like I'm on my girlfriend's Amazon now, and I just got a notification that something on her wish list went on sale, and I was like, I didn't put a clothes steamer on my wish list.
Sure you didn't. Sure you didn't.
So we've got those three things, and what else?
What does smoldering armor do?
It does exactly that. It looks like it's smoking all the time. Like basically whenever you're wearing the armor, and it's hanging up and it's exhibiting this. It looks like there's just like one little small fire that's the smoke is leaking out of all of like the armholes and the leg holes.
What
and
kind
all
of
the
armor is it?
cracks
Okay.
in. He's got just a whole fucking row of whatever armor you want.
So, Tay,
Mm-hmm.
the Dark Shard amulet, it says you need to make a DC when you use it. What is that? So, like...
Oh, whenever you like it basically says it's your spellcasting focus, so you can use that instead of whatever you're using right now. And then you can try to cast a cantrip that you don't know.
Guys, I got a
Uh,
BRB.
Okay.
Have fun.
The cantrip must be on the warlock spell list, so it's a warlock warlock cantrip that you don't know, and in order to cast it, you have to basically make an Arcana check. And if it's not 10 or higher, then you don't cast the spell, and you waste your action doing it. But-
So, like... can I change the spell whenever I
it's
use
like
it?
it's literally like I want to cast this spell that I don't know with my amulet,
Oh,
and
shit.
then I'll say, all right, make an Arcana check, but it has to be on the warlock list of cantrips.
Okay, I want that. That's my item.
Okay.
Goodbye, shield.
Thea, get out of the bag. You can't have my Pringles.
Dark Shard amulet.
What is the clockwork amulet?
The clockwork amulet. Well, the plane of Mechanist is a plane of absolute law, and one of those laws is the law of average. So it basically allows you to autopilot into doing the most average job at something that you possibly can, which mechanically means when you use this once per day, whenever you're supposed to roll a d20 to do something. When you make an attack roll while wearing the amulet, you can forego the d20 roll and just use 10 plus your modifiers for that.
Oh, alright, yeah, I'll take that then.
Okay, excellent choice. And he gives you this little amulet that you hear it ticking, very rhythmically, like a metronome.
Mysterious ticking noise.
Thanks,
Oh, hey,
V.
we're amulet buddies.
Thanks, V. And then I put the amulet around my neck, and you guys can see my wedding ring that's also on a necklace.
I've decided on the cloak of billowing.
Okay.
Dumbledore.
What does that do exactly? I can make it go whoosh.
It billows. It's a dramatic
Like-
Yeah,
billowing.
it's
Darth
literally
Vader.
a Nick Fury.
Perfect.
Oh, actually, sorry, no, it's more like fucking Doctor Strange's cloak of levitating, but it just kind of constantly looks like it's in the wind if you use the command word to make that sound.
That's so edgy.
Do I get an advantage on charisma checks? That's
Nope.
what this is? Oh,
Nope.
okay.
It just says while wearing this cloak, you can use a bonus action to make it billow dramatically. That's the entire text.
Okay.
Alright,
It's mine now.
what's a dread helm?
I don't have to attune to the charlatan's die, right? Oh, I do.
Okay.
If he's giving me the die, I'm
Yeah.
focusing very intensely
sorry.
on them.
It is only one die.
Is it?
I
Okay.
misread that. Yeah, is 1.
Well,
Um,
I'm either way. I'm focusing very intently on the die and the tuning.
Okay. Yeah. So, I believe all that is left is wait, actually, who is left? Is
I have to pick a second one, but I'm
Yeah.
having a hell of a time.
elusive the dread helm. It's just a helmet that makes your eyes glow red fearsomely.
Oh, that would
Oh.
look so cool on you.
Put it on half.
Is it a helmet?
Yeah, it's a helmet.
Kind.
I feel like your horns may get in the way.
What kind of helmet?
I mean, it doesn't give you any stats. It's just a helmet to go along with your armor. It just looks cool. That's really all that it is.
Okay.
What does the mystery key do?
Mystery key, basically, whenever you're trying to unlock literally anything, you roll a d20, and if you get a crit, it unlocks it. Period. Like, if there's a keyhole to unlock it. Because basically, it says, there's a 5% chance this lock unlocks anything, but once it does, the key breaks.
And the pole of angling?
The pole of angling is a 10-foot pole. Speak the command word and transform it into a fishing pole with a hook, line, and a reel.
Fog.
Speaking the command word again changes the fishing pole back into a normal 10-foot pole. I would picture that fishing pole as a deep sea fishing rod that you can like stick into the ground because it's 10 feet long.
I'm gonna go with the dread helm.
The dread helm.
Yeah.
If, and I'm not making assumptions, but V is going to, excellent choice. But if you would like, there are some you seem to be carrying many blades. Would you like to take a look at the veteran's cane? And he holds up a cane, and
Okay.
he speaks a command word, and it turns into a longsword.
Oh shit!
A long
It's
sword.
Percy Jackson.
Oh god.
Yo, it actually. Yo, can you make that in the form of a more concealable item?
Perhaps a ballpoint pen.
Oh, I thought you meant like a dagger.
I mean, honestly, anything that's smaller.
Could you make it a quill, please?
You know what? There might be something that I can do. It's gonna take me a day to do, but I can transfer this to a pin of a sword on your cloak.
Yeah, pog, dude.
Yes! Yes!
Go for it, V. I'm hyped, dude.
Okay,
Can I reach out to shake his hand?
absolutely. It's a deal.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's Percy Jackson!
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's actually like an item in something else, like in
I'm
D&D.
so happy.
There's also, if you're interested, the rope of mending, which basically, I'm sure you've seen the magic trick, but I assure you this is no trick. And he pulls out a rope coil and he starts just kind of like chopping it with a knife that he pulls out, and then he takes like a 50-foot rope and chops it into like 5 or 6 pieces, and then he just kind of like throws them together and they all straighten back out into a 50-foot rope.
Wow.
Wow.
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
It's
Veteran's cane is pog. You make it into a pen and we'll grab it.
Okay. I sure can do that. No problem.
I'm so excited for the pen sword.
Let's go.
And
How
for you,
does... What is
Kula,
I don't know what the second item is. I don't know.
I do have some
My heart.
some ideas of what you might like, if you would like my suggestions.
Absolutely. You've been spot on so far, apparently. Look at everyone smiling.
Well, I'm a fan of the pipe of smoke monsters, mostly because it's just fun.
I don't
But
smoke.
well, okay, that's
Straight
that is
edge.
fair. If you
Coolon's
would like
not
to have the
straight.
staff of bird calls or the wand of conducting, those are both great. They both make noise, and I find they are a nice dramatic touch to any get together.
What's the wand of conducting?
The wand of conducting, and he goes, ah yes, gather round, Gnomish Symphony number 4, and he starts waving a
Mambo number
wand,
5.
and you literally hear like a symphony come from around him,
That's fun.
and
That's
like
some
it's
Wind Waker bullshit. I love it.
it's kind of like it really is like he starts waving the wand, and however fast he waves this wand, this melody seems to modify and follow the tempo and the time signature that he is just kind of changing willy-nilly, and it sounds pretty good. It doesn't sound like it's right here. It sounds like it's, a symphony kind of ambient in the room, but
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
Ooh.
Yep. I just want to check. What's the moon touch sword?
The moon touch sword is just a sword that whenever it's unsheathed glows dim light in 15 feet in a 15-foot radius.
Okay. Man, I'm gonna be Percy Jackson.
It is a I believe it is a bonus action to speak the command word for that, though.
Okay. I'll stick with.
Essentially a bonus action to uncap the pen. Have it turn
Yeah.
into Riptide.
Basically.
That's fine. That's fine.
But it's and he shows you the mundane pin that he's going to transfer, or like the pin PIN, not pin PEN.
Pin?
Yeah.
Alright.
He's going to show you that like it kind of remember in Lord of the Rings, like the little leaf that they put to tie their cloaks
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
It's basically like that, but it's a circle with the sword going through it.
Wait. Okay. Could it be like a pin that I could put in my hair? Like.
Oh
Almost
yeah,
like
you can do that.
Yeah.
It can be a hair clip.
Clips or what Civvies put in their hair. This is a magazine.
Bankable?
Magazines are what civvies read at the dentist. This here's a clip.
Gonna have a stroke.
Yep.
God.
Anyways,
Sif
So-
dies right in the middle of chance.
Apex Legends D&D 1.
and he goes, well, Kulon, if you would like to take some time and browse some other time, I would love to follow up on this. But my last suggestion is this common little pot.
Oh?
And this pot is a pot of awakening. And he holds it up, and you can see like there's a little sapling. It's kind of like just barely peeking up with 2 little leaves.
No.
Because whenever this grows, in about a month, it will become an awakened shrub, and it will follow you and obey your commands for about another month. And depending on how you treat it, it will stay with you after that.
I love it already. I'm gonna be a father. Miss Hamlet, look at your baby brother.
Oh, sorry. Wait, no, that's a lie. That is the spell awakening that I said, but it is very similar. The shrub is just friendly towards you and follows all commands. Otherwise, it'll just, be a little shrub.
I love it. I love it.
Dude, by the end of this campaign, Coolon's gonna have like 6 like,
Army of just little flower boys.
Little prince.
bad company.
Kulon is a Disney princess.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Alright, yeah, so I have a tiny little shrub.
Okay. Well, no, you have a pot that a tiny little shrub will grow out of in about a
True,
month.
true, okay.
But he hands it over to you and says, "Just water it once a day."
I just want to
That'll be
let
great.
Dom know that I didn't miss
Absolutely.
the JoJo there.
I can druid craft some weather shit.
Alright, so are we
Oh
gonna
no, it's
stay
a hardy
bottoms
sapling. It
here?
can grow in any reasonable climate.
Excellent.
So,
You railroad time?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, railroad time? I don't know what's going on. You kinda...
I'm just
Railroad.
typing out what items you got so that I'll know what to make cards for and stuff.
Okay.
And then,
Oh,
Is
Batman.
roses and sunflowers not good enough for you, Tay?
no, I have it on a little sticky note,
Mm.
and I'm just gonna go and make like other items for you.
Jesus was a level 5 cleric.
So, Kai, I wanted to mention this before we went on too far. If you spend a short rest with a magical item, you can typically like kind of ascertain what it's supposed to do. So if you wanted to spend a short rest with this little dust, if you're wondering what it is, spending about an hour just kind of messing with it and not using it, but like just kind of messing with it will give you the basic properties.
I'll do that next time I go to sleep.
Okay. So, and V just kind of makes a grand gesture and says, "Is everyone satisfied? Are we appeased?" And
Are
Content.
there any pretty girls here?
I mean, it's a
Oh, I've seen
very,
I've
very
seen a
large,
few.
Other
store.
than elusive, no.
Oh.
I was gonna walk up to the prettiest girl and billow her new cape.
Oh my god.
And that girl turns and she's what's the French witch school from Harry Potter? I think it's like Beauxbatons or something.
Batons, I think.
Yes, Boba.
She looks like
Spell
she's
Jackson?
yeah.
Yes.
That's the one. Whatever that is. I was just going with because that image popped into my head. But she's basically dressed like that.
Oh.
With a very tight bun underneath her little hat. She's got the little over the shoulder cloak, and she you walk up to her and she turns, and even before you shout, she's kind of startled, and then she kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, Gob, it's been so long.
Oh shit.
What?
I'm so happy to see a friendly face in a strange world. And you know this is thieves' cant."
Ooh.
Oh. Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Where's
Absolutely
my
getting
thieves' cant? Don't become a thief, just you wait.
You can't understand the can't.
No cants here.
The Batman image concerns me.
Your Riptide time.
Where is he?
So I'm gonna have a longsword and a rapier. It'll be fun.
Wow. I can cast any cantrip I want now. For more
You
left
can
with.
try to cast any cantrip you want.
Same thing.
Same difference. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so you hear this woman say, "Oh my God, Gob! It's been so long. I'm so glad to see a friendly face in a strange world."
Yeah, it's been a couple months, right?
Yeah, it's been quite some time. My friend told me you were in town.
Yes. I'm just visiting my grandfather. You know.
Oh, your grandfather's here. Ah, well, if I would have known, I would have given him a visit.
Oh, he's all right. I'm sure. He'll be fine.
That's such good news. I was actually hoping to meet your grandfather.
Oh, you can meet him. I'll have to let him know that you're coming.
While this is going on, do I recognize, after being around Gob enough, do I recognize what's going on?
You kind of do.
Not
There's
not
never been a
not understand what they're
full-on-
saying, but
Yeah, you
what's-
recognize that she's, you know,
like
speaking of
beyond
code.
the surface level.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she says, absolutely. Actually, I have something that I would like to show you, if you don't mind. It's at this. It just. Would you mind coming over here with me? And she gestures to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come.
And she leads you to the front of the store.
Oh.
And steps outside.
This is the lead into the thing. I think I know what's going on here.
And by the way, is everyone like following this?
Oh, half.
Because
Yeah, he's going.
she will turn to you and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This is actually a private matter. I have to share some news with my friend."
Unpog.
Elusive.
And
please.
she
What Elusive said.
abruptly turns her head and walks out.
I'll
Well,
be back in a minute, guys.
I just said unpog.
You sure did.
What is going on? Why is it going on?
Okay, and now that you're out of
the
earshot,
mic, like
we're gonna
scratching.
go back.
Oh.
oh. Can't wait for Gob to disappear for like a week again.
Hey, Elusive, how much you want to bet that when I roll this die, it's gonna land on a 6?
3 silver pieces.
I roll the die, it lands on a 6.
Give me 3 6. Wait. Wait.
No, that's what the charlatan's die does. I can roll it and focus on the number that I want it to land on, and it'll land on that number.
Yo, Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Oh fuck.
Yo,
Yeah,
you're Miki
yeah.
Daka? Pog.
Oh God, rolls! Oh God, rolls!
Oh, they're doing fine.
Dun 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 dun.
11.
Oh!
Oh fuck.
11, guys.
I want to be there.
I'm scared.
Well, that's a high level character. That's a high level NPC.
Uh huh. God, I was gonna get
Jesus.
shamed.
Can't believe Gob's fucking dead. You beat me too.
Fucking 11. I've only got 4, and I've got high wisdom.
That's a rogue because they probably have because insights on Wiz, so they probably have max Wiz modifier and then expertise.
Not to metagame, but they
Yeah.
do Gob. Of course they're gonna be a rogue.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're allowed to metagame.
Mega
We're out
Man?
of character. We're out
I
of
mean, like-
character, so.
He already said, we heard that it's thieves can't. Out of character, we know.
So it would be. I'd wager it'd be like a 5 modifier, and then that'd be 7 with proficiency, 9 with. Oh fuck, that's a high modifier. Jesus.
Man, I forgot how fucking dope Earth, Wind, and Fire is.
What is
They
a
could
stand or a
just-
band?
They could just be level 5.
The stand.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Also, how Mikitaka's fucking a Martian.
He's literally an alien, right? Like, I don't believe
There's no way.
anybody who
There's
says
no
he
way he's
isn't.
not. Araki definitely just wanted to put an alien in the show.
Is this JoJo talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
There's a character in part 4 who his
He's
stand
literally-
lets him shapeshift.
He literally wakes up in a crop circle.
Yeah, and he tells
And
everyone he's
eats
an
a-
alien.
He eats a handkerchief.
Why? Oh.
He's self-proclaimed 216 years old.
He's an elf. He looks like a high elf. Like,
Honestly.
Huh.
I will
Actually.
I will send you a picture of you.
Okay, I want to rate this alien.
That Batman thigh is really big.
Gas, gas, gas.
I want to beat that person up. Looks like some fuckboy.
He's a good boy.
Batman?
He's wearing a school uniform.
Wait, who? What? Oh.
I think
Oh.
Put it in-
it's the long hair that makes me want to beat them up. I think.
I mean, just put it in out of yeah. Show them show them all the fucking
What?
the anime one.
Well, doesn't
The
matter.
anime
They
one
look the
looks way
same.
better. No,
I
they
think
don't.
the anime one looks worse.
Well, can I at
I
least
thought it
see
was
the
yellow.
anime one?
1 second. Okay, let me grab it.
I remember when Reaction Roll was alive. Those were the days.
I. The fucking
I-
picture Sean sent is where it's so fucking big. Love him.
You know? Why are they an elf?
Oh yeah, by the way.
Because he's an alien.
Why else would the stand arrow just like bounce off of like his neck?
My neck.
What?
Why else would the stand arrow just bounce off his neck like that?
Honestly.
The stand arrow said no.
I'm an alien. I eat handkerchiefs.
Josie, he's a priest.
Us an alien.
Fucking Poochie, dude.
Fucking Poochie.
Gay
The
priest.
world wasn't good enough for him, so he had to go ahead and reset it all. Oh fuck. Dumb.
What?
I have a PS4. I can play Eyes of Heaven.
Eyes of Heaven is garbage. Don't play it. Get ASP instead.
I own it already. I bought it. I used to have a PS4 and then I sold it. And then I was like, that was a dumb thing.
ASP is better.
So there's a guy in JoJo that like licks a cherry with his tongue very scarily. Who's that guy?
Kakyoin!
The literal cardboard cutout of part 3, dude.
No.
I think about the cherry licking like 90% of the day.
Remember when he, didn't he use his stand to control someone and then never do that again?
Yeah.
Yep,
I
there
feel
it
like that
is.
was because of the flesh bud. Like,
Probably.
he didn't want to use it because it was chaotic evil.
I hate that. I hate.
Although he doesn't
Oh, you're gonna
Oh.
hate it even worse if I send the actual
Oh,
video.
God.
That was it when he was possessed, actually, or when it wasn't him. It was like a doppelganger.
Did anyone else see
Yeah.
God ping?
God did what now?
I watched God ping something.
Oh no.
I know. Oh
Oh,
God.
there it is again.
Ah,
Matt
yes.
Mercer pulled something. Matt Mercer pulled some shit though.
Uh,
I also love how Jotaro gets younger and younger as he ages.
Yeah, and
He goes from the world's buffest high schooler to being a fucking twink.
Didn't know what
literally
about it.
twink. No, he went from like hunk to twunk to twink. Like,
He really did. Fucking
Okay.
part 6, he's so small.
yeah. I mean, he's easily the biggest person in the park, even though he's tiny. Like,
da-da-da-da-da-da. Wink.
Oh, the cherries fell.
Oh,
on the floor.
welcome. The JoJo Power Hour is now concluded.
Hey.
Thank you for holding.
Welcome back, God and Gob. God Gob.
God.
Meanwhile, V was just kind of selling you on, trying to upsell and, interest you in other items.
I gotta fucking
were
go.
they,
V.
Were they still like in sight, just outside of earshot?
Oh no, they took a
No.
right
Okay.
and walked away from the doorways.
No one ever told me
I was just
life
gonna
was
see if
gonna
observant
be
would have helped
sweet.
me pick up on anything.
Roll me a
Is God- is-
perception check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sure.
Wow, nice.
Save your rolls, please.
We're gonna need them.
There you go.
I
That's all
don't
you
like
got.
that.
Okay.
Um,
From okay.
so,
Mm-hmm.
are we all settled here? You all have an item. Would you like any others? I believe our wares are quite quality. Despite our personal attachment, I wouldn't try and sell you anything that you wouldn't enjoy and appreciate and benefit from.
I mean, we don't really have money, I don't think. Besides, yeah, nobody has money.
Well, that is quite unfortunate.
Hey, I have money.
Is Gob back with us now?
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
back at the table. Gob, I didn't know you knew people here. You're gonna have to tell me how catching up with the old friend went.
I will later, yeah.
And then,
Not that I don't trust you, Vince.
what was it? Vance, Vince, Vincenzo?
Well, on different
whatever.
days.
Yay.
But we just met. You should understand.
Anyways, Gob, how much you want to bet that when I roll this die, it's gonna land on a 4?
No money. I'm not an idiot. How much does that rat hat cost, Vince?
Well, the hat of vermin, that's 50 gold.
50 gold for some rats? I could just walk outside and get some. Never mind.
It's your choice.
I thought you had money.
Not that much money.
Are you short? Are you close to 50 gold?
No, I have more than 50
mean,
gold. I'm just not
okay.
gonna spend.
I don't
50
know
gold
if,
on that.
If you know the value of flair, but I've entertained many impromptu parties with that hat. With the hat symbol.
Oh, trust me, Gob is all about flair. She does
Yeah.
nothing but flex.
Cue
It's
God
one of her,
flexing.
One of her better characteristics. she's actually flexing, making the cape fill up.
Well, can't say it's not entertaining. It's
She's fun company.
Oh, I'm sure. So if you're all too bored to stand, you know where to find me.
We sure do.
But unfortunately, it is my shift to man the front.
Man, the front. Have you been conscripted?
Oh, no. When it's the last night that you'll have a bulk of your customer base, it's best to have your best man on the front.
Alrighty.
Well, ta-ta. And he waves and attends to another customer who has 2 items in their hand. They're just kind of clearly weighing the pros and cons of each.
Hey, did you pay for this? Cause I'm not.
Oh, it's yours. It's already paid for. Go ahead.
Great.
Fine. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Have a good day.
You too. So, anyways, and he jumps back in.
This place is like has a lot of people, right?
It's
Are
not.
we at the diner or are we at Castco?
Oh no, he walked you to Castco.
Okay.
I miss my
And he was just kind of
waffles.
walking up and down the aisle, like the main aisle that has all the the cheaper items of each.
I wasn't sure if he was just like apparating the stuff at the diner or.
That'd
say,
be
like,
fun.
I would say you had breakfast, and then he said, "Well, in order to make it up for you, I have several items," and he would have described them on the way.
Gotcha.
And then whenever you got there, he would have handed you some and shown you what they did.
Well, I want to get to a blacksmith, and on the way there, I can tell you about my friend.
I would like that.
I mean, Gob, to tell you the truth, I had one of the daggers you gave me appraised at that blacksmith.
Oh,
And, why don't you take it? You seem to be, better at deceiving people into giving you money than I could be. I give her the kind of, like, the fancy dagger. I no longer have a dagger.
So you've got, what, 2 fancy daggers now, Gob?
yeah. Two
Okay.
fancy days.
They said they were willing to give a pretty decent amount of gold for it.
I did detect magic on that, didn't I?
Yeah.
And it was
It's-
just a regular old dagger.
It's just very fancy.
It's my dagger now.
Yeah.
You think I'm
I
selling
was,
this?
I was just gonna relay the fact that it's not magical to
Yeah.
Gob.
Alright. So, while we're walking over there,
Mhm.
so my friend, lovely
Is she
lady.
really a friend?
No, I have never met her in my life. She offered a job though.
Great, because we need another one of those.
Hey, money's money.
Is it really?
300
Money's
gold
great.
is involved. So, it's pretty nice job. And all we have to do is protect some legate from getting himself killed.
Oh, is this the one guy that really doesn't like magic?
Oh no.
I don't know who you're talking about.
What's the legate's name?
I don't know. I know that there's two legates here.
Barefoot Mane.
I don't like him already.
He has a barefoot?
He's got a barefoot?
Yeah, Barefoot. Barefoot is his name.
Okay.
Our names are better.
Yeah, like
Oh.
And are we really doing anything today?
I mean, I've got no plans.
yeah, let's do it.
I'd rather not, but go off, I guess. Do you know anything about this Bear Rolf? What was his name?
I mean, if he's a legate, then surely Caius would know him. And
Well,
where
that
to
doesn't make
find
me
him,
feel any better.
probably.
Great. Back to Caius again. Because we've been doing that a lot. Just going back
Are we
and
at
forth
the
with
blacksmith?
jump spear.
Yeah, you guys find a blacksmith pretty easily.
Okay, when Gob gets in,
Are we
she's
back at the
gonna-
Smith myth?
she's gonna take out the bag of holding and just start dumping shit, and you see 8 scimitars come out of the bag and land on the table.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, like
actually,
I said, she was doing
the
Gob stuff.
The entirety of the contents would be emptied onto the table then.
Oh, well, that's all
Yeah,
that was in the bag.
if
Nope.
no, there was stuff that the Wumph put in there for us.
There was definitely a small little sack with some very small vials in it.
Oh. Gob's gonna pick it up and be like, I didn't know this was in there. And start looking at it. And then talking to the smith, saying, how much for all of these? And she motions to the scimitars.
I wanna know how you got those, but I don't at the same time.
Like I
Well-
said, Gob stuff.
Doesn't make me feel any better.
What the hell did you do to these blades? These are I mean, we could use the scrap metal, but
Hey, I didn't do that to the blades. I just found them.
well, We'll take it for scrap metal price. So for 8
Yeah.
of these things, give you 4 gold.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
Okay, thank you. Just kind of like picks them up one by one and holds them under her arm. Just kind of, and then runs over to a very large sack and just kind of throws them in there and hoists that over her shoulder. We got some more material, and just kind of walks out back, and you hear it hefted onto the ground and comes back inside.
Gob's gonna walk over to Zaxxas and be like, "You're the magical person. Do you know what these are?" She points towards the vials.
Oh boy. Tell you what I roll.
Do I, God? Do I
Arcana.
know what these are?
Okay. Just
Didn't
making
Roll
sure.
Arcana.
didn't she tell us what was in there?
She said it would help us in our journey. I don't think she was specific about anything.
There are 2 vials of enchanted oil of some sort. You see the telltale shimmer of magics.
Well, I can tell you they're certainly enchanted. As to what they do, I have no idea.
I mean,
I'll
we
put
should
it back in the
It's
bag.
enchanted baby oil. You put a little bit on your body and it becomes slippery like a slug.
Oh
We
God.
could probably, we could go to V about it and check it out, because he knows a lot of enchantments.
I don't trust that little man.
Right.
There's only one little man you can trust, and it's me.
Can't believe that's Half's campaign slogan.
There's only one little man.
I'm the little man you can trust.
You don't even know my
He'll sit on
fucking
your
first
shoulder.
name. How can you trust me?
Well, where are we going?
Caius?
Caius.
To figure
Okay.
out where Baroff lives.
Good old bear off.
Half and Zaxxas lead the way, but half is in Zaxxas' arms.
He's just like pointing.
Like this way, onward.
And then you go this way.
Yeah, and
Recalculating. Recalculating. You are now on the optimal route.
yeah, you eventually make your way over to number 13 on the map, Caius's house.
Oh, is April there?
April is not,
Dang.
unfortunately. Caius is not either.
Oh.
Oh, should we go to the military headquarters then?
He might be busy, like always, apparently, with the war.
It was only an hour wait last time, right, Zaxxas?
And that's pretty lengthy, you know?
I can't help how time functions. I'm sorry.
I just want to say, oh, that's what she said.
So, you guys are you guys gonna go to the military headquarters or what's going on? Snoop around his house? I don't know.
I'm
Fine.
not snooping
We're
around
going to
this
the
man's
hood.
house.
I'm gonna find some homeless people, walk up to them, ask them for some information.
Okay, yeah. You walk up to a homeless person. They hold out a small bowl. Please.
And put a gold piece. Show my
How
my
can I?
shady shit.
How can I repay you? And you just basically ask, what do you need?
Do you know where Baroff Whitman lives?
I don't, but my grandchild might. And this small little child, kind of looks around and nods his head one way, and right turn, another right turn. It's the big one on the corner.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Most useful person in the city.
You just gotta ask the right people, and Gob's gonna lead the way.
Right there.
Is the house lit?
Oh God.
Ooh.
It's in the daytime.
Oh.
So yes.
I mean, we did just get done with breakfast.
Yeah. There's some like kind of ancillary buildings around, but on the corner is the fenced off
Ancillary.
house.
What? Mighty vocabulary.
Oh, his
I like
house is
that word.
fenced. Those fucking chickens.
I mean, isn't he rich?
That's true.
He's a
Is
legate.
there anything weird around?
Everybody.
No, he's got inside of this fence there is a few children tending to some chickens that are clucking quite loudly out back.
God, the job was to protect him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Time to assassinate the legate.
Just
Hey,
making sure
God.
that I'm not here to murder him.
No, she told you specifically that one of her subordinates fucked up.
Okay.
Hey, Gob,
Yes, that's me.
do you even know why we're protecting this person?
My line of work, you don't ask those type of questions. You just
Well, I
accept them
do.
at
I mean,
face value.
he's high profile. He's probably got people that want him dead. 300 gold, easy.
Sometimes people should be dead, maybe.
I need this gold though.
What do you need it for?
No reason. Mind your business. And he kind of huffs a little bit, like,
Cobb's gonna send Vex to perch on top of the house.
don't
And then
trust this
knock on the
man.
door.
Okay. And a kind kind of short woman answers the door. Hi, how are you? What's all this then?
What's all this?
Oh, are
Weren't
you?
expecting company. Who
Is
are you?
Barrows here?
Kind of looks to the side. Who's asking?
People that were sent to
A
protect
friend of
them.
Madam.
Madam? Who the fuck?
No.
No,
Door shut.
he said no. And
Oh.
Well, that's rude. Are there any like windows?
Is she lying?
Fucking
Can
put
we
me in
roll
a
like
window.
a insight or something?
Yeah, roll an insight.
Why should
No.
we do that?
He's not lying. But after the door slams, you hear something hit the door,
Oh my god.
and then you hear like the chickens cluck, and you see some feathers fly a little bit as the chickens fly up, and you hear some shuffling in the backyard, and then you hear another as another door slams shut.
They just lock us out.
Kai leans towards God like, you don't think that's a little fucking shady, or...
And then you hear out the back door,
guards! Oh shit.
I'm running. I told you we shouldn't have come here. And Kai yeets herself away.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm standing my ground.
Are there any
Kulon's going with Kai.
The party quickly develops a fear of authority figures.
the Dukes of Hazzard run away.
It just looks like Octane fucking booking it.
Really,
I'm
though.
gonna
Look,
cast
look.
message to the lady who opened the store saying "fuck you," and I'm gonna follow Kai.
All right, hold on. Let me see something real quick.
You happens axes are just standing there confused as shit. Like, do we run? What am I?
Kai is like not talking loudly, but she's definitely complaining. Like, I told you he was shifty. I could tell by the name alone. Who names their child Baroff, huh? And why are we protecting him? What do we have to protect?
Baroff is a
him
pretty
from?
common name.
And I don't care. It was shifty, and I didn't like it.
That's fair.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So you cast the spell and you think that it finds a target, and then you hear another guards quickly out the back.
Kai's already gone. She's no.
Yeah,
Kai is
I'm
like,
hearing the screen. I'm gonna start going with them. I'm gonna like speed walk.
I
White woman
guess-
power walking.
Can I hide? Like,
As,
Yeah.
as we're
Behind
moving,
you.
I'm doing.
Oh, I was
Absolutely.
gonna hide.
Only a stealth check.
okay.
I'll give her blessing of the trickster.
Okay. So where did you guys fuck off to? Just show me with arrows. You started here at the front door.
Where did our party go? Oh, we went up?
Yeah, that's where I was thinking, like over here or like down
Uh,
here.
well,
Oh wait, is
actually-
this like a marketplace?
Hold on. Let me show you where you are in the city.
Oh god.
Okay, so you're right here, and like the marketplace quote is just kind of like the street, because it's lined with vendors because they're always trying to get foot traffic. Like that's just
Oh.
that's pretty much
Wait,
true everywhere.
So we're right here.
You're kind of on this corner right here.
Let's just walk towards the market.
Yeah, that's what Kai's doing.
Okay.
He's not gonna
Right
buy
behind.
anything.
Right behind Kai.
Okay, yeah. So you
Kai
guys
walks
kind of
in
walk
the same place as you.
towards
okay?
you walk towards the temple, and everyone else, where are you going?
I'm honestly, I'm
Where's Gob?
And we'll just say, because I hadn't planned that detailed and granular, that that's this way.
Good, because that's where Kai was
Cool.
walking.
I'm just chilling like right at this corner.
Gob's
Okay.
what here?
Yeah, hiding behind some barrels.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tuck myself back here
Okay, go ahead and give me some stealth checks.
with blessing of the trickster.
Only one of you can have it at a time. So
Okay,
far.
so
I'm gonna-
this is same moment that we're hiding then.
It's just kind of
I'm
like you all
gonna chill
scatter.
on the fence.
You're gonna chill on the fence.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lean on it.
Elusive goes to prison, jailbreak.
I'm gonna act like nothing happened.
Yeah, I'm just
Like
leaning
natural.
against the thing, acting like nothing's happening.
The
Okay.
woman with like 6 blades on her back.
Also, real quick, I've been meaning to ask, and for whatever reason haven't asked. What are the check boxes next to like the checks and skills for?
Oh, those are what you're proficient in,
Gotcha.
and that automatically adds your proficiency bonus. So whenever you level up to 5, it'll be an automatic. It makes it so that I don't have to go and put +1 additional 1 every time your proficiency bonus levels up.
Gotcha.
Good.
I'm gonna go into Vex, put my hand on his shoulder.
I'm not near you.
Oh, are you not hiding with me?
No,
No,
you were here. I tucked in here.
Okay. Well, I'm still going into
But I
Vex,
mean, I can see that you're
and
channeling.
I'm gonna try to look into any windows. See inside.
Can we stop this sound?
Yeah. So how this house is there's definitely 2 floors. The bottom floor is more extensive than the upper floor, but you see out of some of the top windows, you see like occasionally the curtains will part and you'll see some eyes peek out and look around, and in front, like right above the front door, you've seen that same woman just kind of like from the time that it took to bring the children inside and then board the doors up, you see her just kind of like peering out the front window the entire time, until, sure enough, like a few minutes later, like a minute or 2 later, phrase that wrong, you hear the shuffling of guard feet, and
God, I hope
They-
it's the drunk guard.
All right, what do you want?
What is it?
they
It's the
come
4th time you've called us today.
with shields out and like a hand on their swords, and in some cases an axe. They kind of run up to the front door and
my ex.
knock, and what seems to be the problem? These people came to my door claiming they were with the madam, and and they immediately start looking around, paranoid.
So
I'm
probably
playing
wrong.
sight.
And she kind of one second, and elusive, you're close enough so that you can hear her pretty heavy footfalls on the stairs, and then something is dragged away from the door, and then the door's barely cracked open, and she allows the 2 guards in as more guards are kind of like 3 or 4 more guards are flooding in around the fence. And she pokes her head outside, and I think I saw her, and points to you.
What? What?
And immediately the guards draw their swords or take their spear off their back or pull out their axe and point them at you and say, "Mind if we have a chat?"
Sure. Like, I'm just chilling. I'm really just having a nice day. It's a really good day outside.
One bro
What's your
leaning
problem?
on the fence.
This crazy lady inside the house just started screaming because, like, I don't know. She just, like, I heard her at the back of her door and she was yelling, "Guards, guards!" Because my friend just knocked on the door. Like,
Roll a deception check.
Come on,
what am I
elusive.
just eating?
Go best girl, go best girl. Oh no,
God.
best girl.
What did I mean, what did I really see though? Like, wait, your point.
What you really saw was you were kind of like gathered around at the front door and Gob knocked, and this woman answered and kind of who are you? What do you want? And she said, the madam sent us. We're here to and the door slammed and she immediately started running around, and you heard her just frantic and doors slamming, windows closing, everything was just happening inside of the house, and you all were just like looking at each other, and
Like,
then you
huh?
hear a window open and you hear the first like guards.
But yeah, guys,
Yeah.
like, this, like, my friend knocked on the door and asked to come in, like, and she, like as soon as she was like, "Oh, I'm, hey, can I come in?" And the lady slammed the door and just started yelling, like,
I don't like this fence.
You don't like the fence?
I don't like that it's not
Oh,
parallel.
I'm sorry. I didn't make the map. I stole it from someone who said,
It's
"Feel free to
it's
use this in your own
actually
campaigns."
bothering me for some reason.
Well, I'm sorry.
Perish.
But he, the guard kind of looks at you and says, "All right, I believe you," but and then he turns to his friend.
But Tom here doesn't.
But
it,
yeah, my buddy here, and he's clearly like still pointing a sword at you. He what do you think? Well, I think that we can't be too careful when someone blatantly says that the madam sent them.
who's the madam? I'm straight up just gonna ask the guy, who's this madam figure and why is she so terrifying to you?
Another insight.
Should I roll insight? Oh, no.
No, you're not lying. So do you?
I mean, I'm
You're
new
either a
to-
damn good actor or you genuinely don't.
I walked into this town like 2 days ago. I have no idea.
Well, we'll have one of the clerics make sure she's not lying to us. But if
Alright.
you don't know, if you genuinely don't know,
She's like a mafia
she's,
boss?
well, she runs some illegal operations here in the town,
Gotcha.
and we've been trying to pin her down for quite a while. She's pretty slippery. But for now, come with us. Who,
Sure thing, boys.
if you are with your friends, can you take us to them? Because they clearly know who she is.
I mean, they kind of scampered off when, like freaking 6 directions when they heard the lady.
Well,
I was the only one who showed.
Snitch!
Well,
I'm not telling them where you guys went.
where do they stay? I'll send some guards to have some words with them.
I mean, it's
Just
been
to
like,
ask, like if they
it's
know
been
more.
like 4 different places over the course of these 2 days. It changes every night. We don't have a like permanent home here. I couldn't tell you.
Oh shit! What?
Nav is fucking peeking around the corner, just watching this, like, fuck, she's going to jail.
Jail Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, just kind
Am
of looks
I-
at you.
I mean, sir, so if you really want me to, okay, so I think the first night, where did we spend the first night? Out of
And
character.
he's pulling out shackles and he's going to shackle you. Just
Dude, why are you shackling me?
hey, I'll let you out as soon as we know you're not lying.
Gotcha.
What?
All right, buddy.
From where I am I able to glean anything from the conversation?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, same hat.
I will cast guidance.
Okay.
So how does guidance work exactly?
Basically, you roll and add 1d4 to that roll.
I think you're good.
Yeah, so just in case.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I think you're good.
Holy
Sif.
shit. Yeah. You're sitting there looking, and these guys are like
Just
kind
fluently reading lips.
of yeah. Elusive halfway through the conversation turns around and goes. I mean, you see her say everything that she said, except past the point where, well, we've stayed in like 4 different places in these 2 days, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. And I'm just actively keeping an eye.
Yeah. Well, let's take him to Father Flatchin. Come on. And they start
Alright.
marching you towards the Temple of Tyr, the palace of the Just.
Half, he comes out from undercover. Oh, damn it, you moved us! As
Oh,
soon as
sorry,
he- Anyways, Half was just gonna walk over to him. Or as close as he could get. He's gonna... He's fucking...
None of the guards are gone. Fucking rush the house. Get this bitch.
He's just following Elusive, sorry. His best
I
girl.
was gonna go to the house,
Okay.
and cast prestidigitation to.
Yo, that's
There are
the
still
best
like
spell.
a shit ton of guards around, though. Like
Oh, I thought
the
they all went
two,
with elusive.
the 2 walked with Elusive, but there are still like 4, now 5, 6 guards circling the house, starting to fan out.
Okay.
That's what was happening.
I'm gonna take one of my daggers
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna make the mark of the shady people on it
Mhm.
appear.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give it to Vex and I'm gonna plop it behind the house.
Yo.
Yo.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk away, making
She
Vex
just-
pop into the dimension.
God just said you're fucking dead.
It's the calling. It's the
Man.
calling card. It's the Phantom Thieves of Heart.
Oh god. We're gonna steal
Sure
this
did.
dude's heart.
So, yeah, so Elusive's being taken away. These guards really don't notice a bird flying around.
Can I try to make conversation with the guards?
Absolutely.
I mean,
So, how's your day been?
how's y'all's day been?
Did you have a good
Up until,
dinner?
you got killed over the house.
Well, it's honestly been pretty frantic. Not that it's any of
Yeah.
your business.
I mean, why was this? I know it's not really my business, but why was it so
Ask.
frantic?
Well, it's just
Anything
been
in-
frantic.
Just a fast day,
Well,
or like bad events.
neither. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not my place to talk about it.
Gotcha. Alright. And I kind of look over at the other guy. What do these guys look like? It's fine if you can't give me a description off the spot, but
Oh, one of them is middle aged, the one who's got you in chains. is middle aged. He's like he's got a half helm on, and you can see a salt and pepper beard kind of poking out. Well, I say beard; it's more of a scruff poking out. He's got a scar on his cheek, and he's in the standard purple and brass armor, or purple and gold painted, I guess, armor, and he's got a spear, and that's about it. Like that's for him, and then the other one's looks like he's maybe 30 years old,
Good for them.
following orders.
How long you guys been in the business of guarding?
Long enough to have you in
level
chains, I
18.
guess.
That's fair. Alright. That's
Any
all.
more questions?
No, that's all.
Okay.
I guess I'll leave you guys be, because you guys don't seem to be ones to want to continue conversation with a tiefling like me.
Oh no, it's not the tiefling. I wouldn't mind that. It's
Yeah,
the
I
fact
understand.
that you most likely work with the one criminal that we haven't been able to fucking catch.
Hey, no swears.
Alright.
Damn.
Man, Diavolo out here, like.
Oh my god. That's like what, 3 JoJo's now? 4 JoJo's?
It's been like 6. You haven't got them all. Catch them all.
It's a lot of JoJo's.
But they do lead you to a very large palace.
Do I see what direction they're heading?
They don't notice me following them, do they?
Roll stealth.
Oh god.
Gob's staying at the house, keeping an eye on it.
They're going this way.
Okay.
No, they wouldn't notice you.
I'm 2'6".
Wait a minute.
They
Did
don't
you
look
say
down.
the guards were
Small.
heading the way everyone that I did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kulan and Kai.
I mean, they
Wait, what
wouldn't
is
know
it?
I was involved.
Oh,
Um,
no.
I'm just on the market square living my life.
So what are you three?
There was a 7-foot yellow dragonborn. Can't miss him.
So what are you guys doing in the market by the temple?
She's pretending to browse and ask questions. You know, Kai knows how to blend in. That's what she's doing.
All right.
Oh, and this is gonna be really awkward because Kulon is full on staring at Elusive.
Does Kai see elusive?
No, with the I mean, does Kai see elusive? Yeah, it's not hard. There's the guards are like, make a path, make a path. Excuse me, ma'am, miss, make a path, and just kind of walking their way through the.
Okay, well, without even looking up, Kai like gets a hand, grabs the back of Kulon's head, and forces him to like look down and away from elusive.
Kulon just sort of lets that happen. Like, did she get arrested?
Well, maybe, but we don't need to talk about that right now in public. And then she immediately
Twice?
asks the market.
In 24 hours?
It's a quick record,
I mean,
negative.
I've been arrested twice. This is like a new record.
Yeah.
Going for the
High
most
score.
arrests in one day.
Best
Even
girl
worse than Gob, elusive. Jeez.
I didn't even do anything. I literally chilled on
Kai
the
just
fence.
leans towards like.
I
Kulon
mean,
and says, pretty looks get her in
Gob
trouble
did just
sometimes."
kind of walk up to the second in command of the lawful good military and just go, "Hey, we work for the Thieves Guild."
Yeah,
Oh
and I
my
was like,
God.
Gob, you're supposed to be a rogue.
I never said Gob was intelligent.
God, I try to butt in like someone to help protect him, but then here she goes like, we work for a dark underlord mafia family. I'm
I
like,
was
it's so
getting
dumb.
there, Kai. I was
Jesus.
gonna say we're here to protect.
You should have led
That's
with
what
that
I am.
first.
Regards
Maybe.
from the mafia, the Al Capone, damn it, the family. God damn it.
Family.
Gob is blind to social cues. It's fine.
Only
Um,
two, girl.
Alright, Bo.
But yeah,
But-
no, Kai's blending in. She's forcing Kulon to blend in with her. Still have
Kulon's
that flower
trying
tucked
this
in her hair.
I'm like kind of alarmed by like the whole shackles thing, but like
It's okay. If you look down below, you'll find a small halfling following. Kai,
I'm gonna-
actually afterwards, whenever they're a pretty good distance away, but she can still see them, she wants to try and follow them, but not like straight follow them.
Loose
just
follow?
sort of. Yeah, no, she goes to
She's
stalls that are closer to
tailing
them.
them
Yeah,
casually.
It's kind of sketchy having like multiple people tail in. Like,
Oh no, she's further behind from half though. She blends in with the crowd. Okay.
Does she? She's like
She's
a head taller than everyone else here.
she knows how to make herself seem normal. She doesn't look normal, but she knows how to make
Yo,
herself look.
She's got like the
fiendish.
squat going
While
on,
I'm
so
in the-
she's on level.
while I'm in the shackles, can I do the Spider-Man 3 dance? Like, and just wink at like the passerbys.
Shut the fuck up! You can't be Percy Jackson and Tobey Maguire.
Oh my god. No, no, really, like, not.
When
the
you start
Spider-Man 3
dancing,
dance, but,
the
like-
older man is just gonna go like kind of poke you in the back and like, hey,
Stop it.
Come on, you can't tell me that wasn't funny. I have a sense of humor, man.
whatever it was, made me look foolish. So
Really?
No.
Did it really?
You know, he's one of
I
those.
mean, I'm in
Oh.
shackles.
If
Kai's
anything,
further
I'm the
behind,
fool here.
Yeah, I'm
tailing
still.
him basically.
okay, yeah, it's not hard to tail them as long as you get away from the area. You're fine. But Gob and Sif, roll me a stealth check again.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna slap myself with
My trick start.
that dank blessing. You're a rogue. So I roll at advantage, yeah?
Yes, you do. And it's a good fucking thing
Oh.
you did.
What a trip in the street.
Sif, you see Gob hug the wall and just kind of like fucking disappear back away from
God,
the house.
where are you? You
Um,
turned into the wall.
As soon as the guards start like peeking around these corners and like kind of looking behind stuff, they turn around and Gob just kind of like disappears back there. And you get the idea that like, oh shit, they're about to start sweeping the area. About 10 seconds after Gob did, and the guards start to like, they hey, we're gonna, and then that's whenever you think, oh shit, it's my last chance to get out, and you get around the corner without them seeing you, but you run into a fence around the corner and you make a noise, and they're hey, and they start chasing after you, but they can't see you. So
Eye is half
I'm
open.
gonna cast prestidigitation and make noises, like walking noises appear, like in another, like in the street.
what's the
Kinda
range on
walking
prestidigitation?
I
Oh my
don't
god.
Because I'm pretty sure it's like 30 feet, right?
Maybe.
10 feet.
Oh shit. Never mind then. It's not far enough.
It's not, but you can draw their attention to like the other corner of the house, and they go ahead and give me another stealth just to like see if they find which direction you run, because they know someone's there.
Me?
Yes. You still have Blessing of the Trickster, so
Oof.
Sif.
yeah,
I'm
they
trying to
they
help you.
definitely can tell that like, oh, there's some weird footsteps coming from here, but they hear something else kind of crash.
God,
Down
how
another
hard did I
alleyway.
hit the fucking fence?
Well, you tap the fence just enough to alert them, and you were close. But then you heard them yell, and you kind of panicked, and oh god, and you tripped on something and like hit a crate. And they're like, oh shit, that's the alley. And now we're just gonna have you. Are you gonna try and outrun them, or are you gonna try and like run for a little bit and then hide before they catch up?
Or be casual.
I'm gonna try to think this out. I want to invoke duplicity.
Okay.
Big smart.
And I'm gonna do I'm going this way, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna invoke duplicity and send the clone. I'm gonna send the clone one way. I'm gonna go the other, and I'm gonna try to get out of sight enough to do disguise self.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics check just to see if you can like dodge around corners quickly enough to do all of those things, while focusing a little bit to cast spells.
Yeah. So acrobatics, you said?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
that was an advantage. Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It would have been the first roll anyways. I'll say that you get there pretty quickly, like even for a pretty big dragonborn. You what do you disguise yourself into?
Just a pretty unassuming man. Just imagine a man named Brent.
I have 2 Uncle Brents.
Just imagine your Uncle Brent in a high fantasy setting.
Okay.
Still 6, same height and everything.
Disadvantage. Okay. Yeah, no, like you kind of like throw something to make noise where your clone ran, and then you jump back into into a little recess and sit on a porch and just, I'm a human now. And then you have a pretty big hat on that's hanging over your face, and
Gonna kind of rubberneck a little bit, like,
Yeah.
oh, what was that?
yeah, like the guards run by, and then you just kind of like, and you point in the direction that you heard the noise, and they right and run away. Start chasing a ghost, essentially. And you've kind of ducked away from the guards long enough to find a safe exit at your leisure, looking
Yeah,
like Brent from accounting.
I'll make my way to the market
Is this Brent normal, man?
as Brent.
Okay. And with you guys watching as Elusive is shepherded into the Palisade of the Just, we'll take a 5-minute break.
Let me tell you, that went so much cleaner than I thought it would, and fuck me. Yeah, I'm so glad it worked. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not getting arrested twice in one day.
How
Why didn't
far away is the temple? Terms of feet?
The real trickster boy.
Well, this is actually pretty accurate, so you can
Oh.
so you guys were right here.
Okay.
So it's like a football field maybe, because like the temple, like the temple has like along this road right here a bunch of vendors and stuff, and in the middle of the temple there's people selling just some wares and shit.
I have a plan. It's a bad one, but I have a plan.
I'll be right back.
Have fun.
to think he could have just walked down the street and all of that could have been avoided. What is that?
No, I'm just watching the Darth Vader scene, like the first one.
I'm gonna watch the one with Britney music.
Oh my god.
I want that scene animated. Sif just running.
Wait, that's illegal. Elusive just existing. That one guard just had to say that I was lying about existing.
Oh, I guess I didn't turn the music off, did I?
Nope.
Spooky music.
There you go.
games that are similar to Red Dead Redemption? Drop those comments below. GTA 5 if you've never played. I guess. If you want to go from being a cowboy to a drug-slinging bad boy.
You're right.
What's the difference?
Cowboys don't have drugs, they just have tobacco.
That
I've
is
watched
their
enough
drug.
I've watched enough Tom and Jerry to know.
Opium.
You're right, actually.
Yeah,
Elusive.
those wacky poppy seeds.
Why'd
Yeah.
you have to get arrested again?
My friend was telling me earlier in the week while I was at work that he was visiting a friend of his and he was like, "Hey, you want some tea?" And the guy gave him
Oh, God.
what was basically fucking opium tea. It was like poppy tea.
Jesus.
Oh god. So let me tell you guys, was not planning on this shit happening. But it's fun.
You
So.
never plan on what we do.
The Great Escape.
I don't know what planning is. I plan like 3 things per session. I'm like, if they get to these, it's okay. If not, okay, it's fun. That's it.
I mean, yeah. What were you expecting to go down there?
A stakeout? I don't know.
Damn.
What?
Wow.
There's steak?
We can do a stakeout later. We just gotta get elusive out of, I don't know, temple prison.
I don't know if there's any bearing on the story, but after I see the guards go the other way, follow my clone, I'll just kind of offer a little prayer to my patron.
Yeah.
Just
To
like
your,
a hey, thanks. Thank you for the gifts you have given me.
It was a pretty fun little getaway thing though. I didn't want to like stress everyone out because that was a non-factor. These guards are clearly not the most competent.
I just don't like fighting town guards. I did it once and I never want to do it again.
Yep. That and when you fight a town guard or a group of guards or anything like that, it introduces a whole layer of complications to politics in the game.
Yeah, I
Also,
don't think...
just for
Go ahead.
sorry, continue.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, for clarity, they still haven't like actually seen me, right? Not even like the clone. Like they've seen the back.
They've seen you run, and then they know that someone saw you running down the alley, and then it just kind of like you dissipate it. It's no problem.
I mean, I would assume that like it's like almost like a Dishonored kind of thing. Have you ever played Dishonored?
Mm-hmm.
Sure haven't.
Like they see like you got like the full like the white detection, and they're kind of just looking for
is
you.
it the gift that Egg sent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they know you're there, but they don't know you're there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, basically, like they're essentially just securing a perimeter at this point. That and like headquarters wasn't alerted, so it was just kind of the guards that were within earshot just came running.
I think at the end of the day, Kai's is gonna fucking hear that Elusive got arrested and is just like, what the fuck are these people doing? He's like, I can't
Alright.
believe I trusted them. Fuck.
Is everybody ready, or are we still waiting on?
Sonic and Lucas are still.
Okay.
How dare you? I've been here.
Well, you were muted, so I just assumed you were gone.
Oh,
Okay.
Lucas is back.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, head count. Sean, yes, I'm here. Indy,
I got noodles in my mouth.
Dom,
Oh yeah.
Sonic,
No.
Lucas,
Crunch.
God. Can't believe God has abandoned us. Shay,
Who's that?
who knows? Egg.
Fuck your chicken show.
Fuck you, chicken strip.
Sure.
All right, yeah, we're here.
pictured that.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Sure.
How much does Gob know about this god?
About Tyr?
Yeah.
Well, there's a few plaques outside of the church, but roll me a religion check.
Can I roll a history check because of Kai's book reading?
Roll a religion check because it's literally
Oh.
just book reading about religion.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you would know that Tyr is one of the triad and the god of justice.
Mhm.
Oh, justice.
Cool, 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 cool.
Cool.
I have two things that I want Gob to do.
Okay.
One, she's gonna cast message to the dumbest looking guard,
Yeah.
and she's gonna deepen her voice and be like, "It is I, Tyr. I order you to let that woman go."
God, I hope this
Tyr?
works.
Hold on, roll me a deception check for funsies.
Oh God!
No.
Oh, me. He kind of looks around and goes, wait a minute. You
Oh,
don't
you tried
speak
to
to
pull
us
us.
anymore.
You tried to pull a sneaky on me.
God damn it. Okay, the next thing. She's gonna cast message again to the lady inside and be like, "I was trying to help you, you dummy."
You can respond to this message.
You can respond to this message by calling off the guards that are outside your house.
Yeah, you can respond by calling off the guards, please.
Hold on, wait, who did you message?
The
Oh,
lady.
oh.
The old woman.
And she doesn't respond.
Fuck.
She's
Old
already dead.
hag.
Shit.
Actually, are you close enough to cast that? Did you go back to the house?
I never left.
Okay, you just kind of darted around a corner.
Yeah.
Or fucking like just Assassin's Creeding your way around the same building.
I assume I made my way onto a roof at some point.
Yeah.
Just keeping an eye on the building because that's what I was tasked to do.
Yeah, it's still got about 6 guards that are a few are standing in the backyard. One is in the house that you can see through the window occasionally. Because as soon as you cast message, the woman like parted the curtains and like barely peeked her eyes out and started looking back and forth. So if you're on a rooftop, roll me a stealth check because you're kind of in sight.
She's actually on top of the house itself.
On top of the house.
Holy shit. Yeah, she's like looking around frantically and she kind of scans all the rooftops, it looks like, and kind of goes back to the rooftop that you're on, just closes the curtains again. But yeah, at the palisade,
Let's get a
Elusive, you're being escorted through the pretty like not very decorative temple, but it is just by the sheer scale of it is impressive.
Very
It
nice
is
stuff.
like kind of a whitish gray stone that's just immense in size, with brass accents on windows and just shapes.
I'm gonna ask the guards. Is this a religious institution?
Yeah, you didn't get that by us telling you we'll take you
Or-
to the priest.
All right, clerics, right? For whom? What deity?
Wow, you are new. It's Tyr.
Yeah.
The,
Tyr? Who's? What domain does Tyr control?
justice. He is the one who sees all but nothing in front of him. The blind but all-seeing, the sword of justice.
Kinda seems like hypocritical. Or whatever.
The maimed god. the head of the triad.
Yeah, I understand.
Bitch, I lost an eye too.
The judge of mortals. What else do you need to know?
Not much. Thank you for the explanation. And yes, I very much am new in town.
Yeah, well,
I mean, if you couldn't tell by the horns.
all right. And they open up the they knock twice, sorry, and then they swing open the gigantic wooden door set in that's why. Set in the center as you're walked through. And everyone else outside, I guess, is just like watching her go into the temple as the guards are clearing a path.
Yeah. She's Kai's sort of like in an alleyway, but she's at an angle where she could see her. Can I try to sneak in?
I'll have.
Listen.
Oh my god.
Roll a stealth. Like you see that there's after they clear a path for Elusive and the two guards, they're like foot traffic resumes as normal. Like this is kind of a common occurrence.
Well, half just pog champed.
Yeah, you like you notice that the foot traffic like just picks right up, and you can step in unimpeded.
You're too small. They can't see you.
No one looks down.
There's a pretty steady stream of people walking in
have
and
their
out of this gigantic door. Like it's customary to knock before the guards entered with a prisoner, but other than that, the doors almost never fully close, and they just kind of keep partially opening as 2-3 people will walk in and walk in and out, and you easily slip in one of those little groups.
Yeah, and I just keep following Elusive and the guard.
Yeah, and they lead you through a throng of several younger looking people in pure white robes that are just apparently worshiping at altars and such along the very, very tall, impressively like soul crushingly large think old ass Catholic cathedral.
Yeah.
Just with vaulting all over the top of this place that's at the lowest point in these chambers, like 50 feet tall.
Jesus.
It's a massive structure. Very nice temple you guys have here.
And we're quite proud of it. Come on, and you go, and he shepherds you past the large statue of a one-handed man with an eye patch on it, with a brass halo hanging above his head, seemingly on nothing, with a hammer at his side, holding a large sword, and bare-chested with armor on his shoulders.
So is that's Tyr, huh?
Yes, with a
that
Zeus-like beard and long-ass hair combination.
Yeah.
Flowing off, all in stone. Quite artfully done, surprisingly.
Wow, like a masterwork almost, like...
Yeah.
Like great work, very nice.
Like 30-40 foot tall, massive stone statue. Cool. They walk you past there and then kind of through the main chamber and pull you aside, and there's smaller doors underneath the what are they called, the arches. You know how in cathedrals they'll have several different layers of arches stacked on top of each other on the sides.
Yeah.
In those, like underneath those overhangs, there's some smaller doors that they knock, and then you hear, "All right, come in. Yeah, I'm not so busy. Come on." And they open the door to a dwarf.
Yeah. All right. Hi. So your guards just grabbed me off of just grabbed me because I was leaning against a fence, and they thought one of them thought I was lying, and I don't know. Maybe they should explain it to you.
Well, I mean, if they grabbed you, why would I be inclined to believe you? So what happened here?
One of them believed me.
And the guys are like, look, we, the legate's house. Someone started screaming, and
it was a legate's house.
saying something about the madam and how these people were there, and she openly claimed that she was with the group that mentioned the madam, and we took her in and just figured you would be able to get the truth. Well, you came to the right place. So come on. You know how this works at all?
No, these guys can tell you. I'm really new. I didn't even know who Tyr was until like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, well,
I
you'd
swear,
like to
man,
s-
I'm new here.
if you'd like to stay for a lesson, I'll be glad to teach you the teachings of Tyrs.
Maybe
I think-
later. Because I mean,
Well, that
seems
depends on how you answer. So come on, have a seat. There's two ways to do this.
So wait, am I? To be clear, am I getting unshackled at this point, or am I still in shackles, like sitting, like?
Oh,
Just...
you're in shackles sitting.
Okay.
Are these like the arm leg shackles, or is it just the hands?
No, she's just got her arm shackled in front of her. They weren't like binding her. They were just like, hey, you're not gonna run.
I'm just gonna like flop the shackled arms on the table, and just lean back. In the
Oh,
chair.
you're not anywhere near a table. You're in the
Oh.
middle of this not small office, but with
Okay,
four
just flop
people
them on
standing
my
in it.
lap then, I suppose.
There's room. You're in a pretty solid oak chair, clearly designated for this kind of shit to happen.
Why oak?
And
It's always oak.
because it's the most accessible wood in this area, and it's hefty.
Strong.
We need some
but-
strong cherry wood.
Do you need me to like put some fucking maple or some sycamore shit in there? I don't.
Give
I
me
don't
some
care.
dogwood.
But
I want a nice DIY Pinterest-looking driftwood beach driftwood chair.
Snap out of it in a heartbeat.
some nice reinforced zebra stripe wood,
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a nice handcrafted artisan wicker chair.
some black maple. No, but anyways, it's clearly a functional seat that has just been used so much that it is polished effectively.
Is there a
Um,
butt imprint in it?
yeah, really. And you sit down, and he goes, "All right, so there's two ways to do this. You can either one accept this is happening and just let the zone of truth go through you and submit to it, or I can just
Zone of truth.
assume that you're lying."
I can do zone
What's a zone of truth?
Well, as a follower of a deity, I have the ability to channel some of their
Is that
magic
truth
through
serum?
my own. Sorry, what?
Is it truth serum?
Well, effectively, I mean that's a very crude way to look at it, but yeah, I guess you could look at it as kind of a
Yeah.
truth serum.
Alright. So before we start, I want to make things clear. My side of the story is I went up to this house with my friends. One of them mentioned madam. I don't know who this madam is. And the lady inside, she started becoming frantic and called for guards. And that's when my party kind of scampered off. I just chilled on the fence because I figured I didn't really do anything wrong. So
Yeah,
that's
and
where we
the guards kind of pipe up and go, "Yeah, I mean, she said all this earlier, and we don't necessarily not believe her about that, about the
Right.
whole not knowing who the madam is. But we do think she's lying about some other stuff, namely that she doesn't know where her friends are going to be."
Is the door closed, by the way?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
All right. So about that, they could be in a number of places. One, V's spire in the center of town. We met him. Pretty good friends with him actually. Caius' house, if you know him, could be there. Could be honestly a chance the diner. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Like the Graham Tribute, Casco, like these are all places we've been. Maybe like, yeah. Anyway, you can go with your ritual. It doesn't really
Right,
bother me.
well, okay. And sure enough, like you feel a warm wave go through your body. Are you just like letting this happen, like submitting to and purposely failing your saving throw for zone
mean,
of truth?
Zone of truth. You can either.
What is it?
Never
Like,
mind.
can you explain it like out of character?
I can read it to you real quick.
Yeah. It's a
You
first
create a
level
magical
cleric spell.
zone that guards
Second.
against. Is it? I was gonna say it's second. You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a Charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature that can't speak On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
Okay.
You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a
So
creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth. So basically, you can like fudge some answers, but you can't outright lie.
okay. I really can't. I get these spells and then I immediately like fucking think of stands.
Yeah, I mean it's
Like talking head.
Yep.
He whispers some mumbo jumbo under his breath, and then you feel this warmth flow through your body, and
Kind of shiver. Yeah.
sure enough. And then he goes, "All right, so I mean, the basic rule is you gotta answer the questions because if you don't, we'll assume the worst."
Gotcha.
So all right, so I'm just gonna run over again. Do you know who the madam is?
No.
All right, fair enough. Do you know why the madam sent you to that house?
Don't think she did.
That's
Like
okay.
I was following my friends. Not the madam.
All right, fair enough. Where are your friends going?
Yeah, I just told you. Like, could be the Spire. Could be, what's his name? Caius, his house. Perfect Peacock. They might go there. Love it there. Could be coming here.
Don't open the door.
I know one of them mentioned going to the blacksmith earlier. No, we already went. Other than that, I can't really think of much. Wait, do I know anything besides that? I'm kind of blanking here.
Well, Kulon was being very obvious in the crowd outside.
Oh.
I made him
So-
a little less obvious, but it didn't work.
No, like Kulon was just outright staring at you as they were clearing a path.
Yeah.
I
And then I
mean,
kind of forced his head down.
I said they could be coming here as well, so that
Yeah.
I don't think I left
Right.
anything out.
No, that's within the realm of truth. I'll accept it.
There's enough places that they won't pinpoint it.
So, how do you know Caius?
Guys,
That's a good question.
one of my friends, little halfling guy. He. Okay, one second. I gotta pull something up.
Got your notes on half ready.
Yep.
Dom's pulling out the receipts.
So this bitch, right?
So this bitch, meet him in the fucking Feywilds, and doesn't even have the fucking wherewithal to tell me that there's some magical spell-breaking spear missing, and that he needs to find it, and then just drags me into it like, what the fuck, bitch? Hello? This
Awesome.
is your shit, not mine.
Might
How
be
the
my
fuck
new
am I
dad.
supposed
Who
to
knows?
deal with this?
All right. Okay. What was the question? I'm sorry.
How do you know Caius? How do you know Legate Caius?
I believe my friend he's a little halfling guy. He knows Caius personally. Not sure where that goes, but I went with him. Halfling guy. Yeah. I went to Caius's house, and there we got told about this spellbreaker spear, and we were like, oh, it's magic and shit, and we lost it and shit, and I'm like, this is spooky, and I just want to get out of there, you know, like I'm just trying to get on my quest together, get money, like, live a nice life, you know. Yeah, that's how I know.
Let me stop you there temporarily. This is fascinating, and you are the chattiest person that we've ever had in here. But I do have some more questions.
Not this zone of truth. It's I don't know. It's
Going
Gave
to
him
master
his
the game
a little.
ADD.
And yeah, sure enough, that wave washes over you again. And so, what about Caius' spear, you said? Something about
Just,
the spear that, he touts around town and shit.
I,
What's up with that?
it's it does something. It's a pretty powerful enchantment. Like, it's called Spellbreaker or something.
Why do you sound like you're lapsing into a fucking Rick impression?
Oh my God.
Morty, quick, take the spear, Morty. It breaks magic, Morty.
Way up your butt.
Just stick
Way
the
up
spear
there.
way up there, Morty.
God help.
And we need to find it.
Yeah, what's
That's
poppin'? Hold on one second.
Oh, God, how thick are the doors? Can I like hear through this?
No, you
Damn.
can't.
Unfair.
These are thick doors.
I'm just sitting outside it like
This
it's
is
just gonna come out.
thick with like 14 C's.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the picture that I was looking at right there. Boom, done.
Yeah.
But you're just like you're talking about the spear, and he goes, "Oh, I mean, yeah, we know what the spear does, or supposedly what the spear does, but what about it?"
Oh, somebody lost it, and we went to go find it. And this guy, we went to him, and he told us where it could be, and that it was in this plane because, like, before he had checked and it was in the Feywild, and now it's in the material plane.
You've been great help. What's your name?
It's elusive. It's a self-given name. I got it when I went into the military.
Which military did you go into?
It was the Ambermist Militia. Had a pretty long stint with them. Something happened. They had to let me go.
Do you mind if I ask why? That's a little bit of a.
I didn't follow orders. A lot of people died. Or my regiment, my entire squad died. It's not a very, very nice topic to talk about.
Well, the spell's gone, but if you want to talk about it, I'm here. I mean,
Wait, the spell was gone.
Yeah, it faded about 10 seconds ago. So, do you feel justified in your actions?
What actions?
You said lots of people died on your orders.
Okay, it's a long story, but if you want me to tell it, sure. So
this is off the record. You're free to go if you want, but I'm interested.
How about I tell you my story, and can I ask a few questions myself? Like,
Ask away. Of
Okay.
course.
So basically, we were fighting a war against some goblins, right? It was we were trying to stamp out their population because they were stealing and pillaging villages, right?
As you're talking, he kind of like waves his hand to the door, and the two guards just kind of like are extremely confused and just like fucking okay, and open the door and walk out. And half you hear them like, "What the fuck was that? Was the most I've ever heard."
Can I try
What
to
the
slip in
shit?
through the door?
Sure, you can roll me a good ass stealth check.
I mean,
Damn it!
and that was
And-
okay.
Excuse me. I mean, you're more than welcome to keep talking, but can I help you, small one?
Oh, that's my friend.
That's my daughter. That's I pointed elusive.
That's the guy I was talking about.
Your friend's got quite the mouth on her. She's very, very informative. So elusive.
Yeah.
I'll ask again. Do you feel that your actions were justified?
I'd have to explain a little bit. We were. It was a stealth regiment, right? Because I'm a pretty acrobatic. I'm a pretty acrobatic
No,
person.
I don't mean to sound short on you, but it was a yes or no question.
Yes, sir. They were slavers. They were taking people, and I felt that if we held hold off, we wouldn't be.
So
We would be too late.
another question. If you feel justified in your actions, why are you trying to justify it to me?
I can't answer that, sir.
We're having a service this coming weekend if you want. Feel free to stop by.
What kind of service?
Well, you know, this. I feel like you deserve to hear the teachings of the Lord of Justice and the maimed one who is paid for his allies' transgressions with his own blood and his own power. And I feel you'd have a connection.
I mean, I paid by being excommunicated by my entire regiment and militia that I had called home for 10 years.
Mortals disapproving of your own decision making is one thing, but there are several people that have made mistakes. I just feel that you haven't completely come to terms with yours. And I think Tyr can help you out. Unfortunately, I'd love to sit here and speak with you more, but I'm actually due for a meeting elsewhere.
Gotcha, sir. I hope one question. Who is this lady, the one you speak of, the crime lord, as the guards said?
Oh, she's a broker of secrets, mostly from what I hear, but it's just I think the guards are honestly just got their panties in a twist because they can't catch her, and it's grinding at their balls, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
gotcha. All right, I'm unshackled at this point, or is he gonna do that?
Yeah, no, he's unshackled. You're free.
All right, I'm gonna reach out to shake his hand. Nice talk, dude.
No, firmly grasp your wrist, and just kind of shake it.
Firmly grasp it in your hand.
All right,
Let's go, elusive.
Right. Let's go half, and then head out. That was interesting.
Well, you had fun.
Yeah,
My
she walks
truth
out
serum.
free.
Kai immediately walks on her like.
They don't ask a lot of questions, to be fair.
It's because I didn't know anything.
Yeah, at least I wasn't ratted out because Elusive didn't know anything.
Well, you know, like I said, with Zone of Truth, you can fudge stuff. You can be dodgy.
That's fair.
You just can't lie.
White lie, almost
Zone
white
of
lies.
Zone of Truth is so much fun to play with.
It is.
Oh man, I want to hear myself then. That was.
You were going at it.
You sound like you're on something,
You
alright?
sounded like you were drunk and just spilling everything.
I thought it was supposed to be that way.
It sounded like your parents presented one shred of evidence that you didn't do a piece of homework, and you were like, okay, you're right, I haven't done my homework for that class, and it's been months, but I just don't know what's going on. Kind of.
It was good. It was good.
That was great. I love it.
It was certainly funny.
Did Half hear the last bit about the whole
I did come into the
Yeah.
room.
Mhm.
Now I know 2 things about you, elusive.
You know a lot, Half.
I know a lot about you. You don't even know anything about me. We should change that one day.
All I know is that you don't have good parents.
You know too much.
She's gonna kill me.
There.
There. Now.
So
So,
let's go find a
with-
friends.
With your compatriot free, I'll say you guys find each other, unless Gob's just gonna stay by the house.
Gob's by the house this entire time.
Jesus,
Keeping
Gob.
a hawk eye on that house.
All right.
With my disguise still up, I'll meet up with I'll find my the group and be like, haha, you guys hear about the sports team? And then as soon as they look thoroughly confused, I'll drop the disguise.
Can I just say Kai didn't get out of our alleyway, but she did try and drag them over there so they didn't get caught out in the open talking to each other.
Yeah, I mean, Kulon, as soon as the guards pass, like the crowd of people that's just kind of going from booth to booth, from bodega to bodega, just like
Do they have bodega
resumes
cats?
normal and like resumes their normal like swarm effect essentially, and they kind of collapse around you. So it's even if you're just standing there doing nothing, it's not super obvious to anyone.
Because Kulon did nothing.
Out of character, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, little thing. So flying tieflings are.
Oh God.
No, really. Like they're completely banned from organized play.
Yeah.
But like they're a thing. That's weird. Like, I don't know, flying at level 1, dude.
Yeah, that's kind of why I don't like Volos, because that shit just happens because of it.
Volo's Guide to Monsters, right?
Yeah.
There's some cool monsters in there though.
There are. There are some cool races, but half of them are just like extremely overpowered. And I don't mind having them in for flavor, and I wouldn't mind other people playing it, but I wanted
the
to
Azamars, right, are part of it.
Yeah, pretty bare bones for this campaign, at least.
Yeah. And that's all.
So yeah, you make it out. Half is walking with you. Kulon and Kai are in the square or the market right outside. And Sif meets you in the market as well. Gob is still
Brent.
like fucking solid snaking around the rooftops.
There.
Like full on Assassin's Creed.
Once the group is together minus Gob, I'm just gonna be like, knowing Gob, not that I'm not confident in her abilities, but knowing Gob, she is probably still by the house.
You don't even have to know her to know that. She's there.
I mean, we should probably.
Are they coming back?
Half is gonna come back.
No. Kai's gonna keep her distance.
I'm absolutely not going back.
Kai's keeping cool on there too. By her side. She's forcing it.
Hey Gob, I want you to make me a perception check.
Okay.
Come on, God, what do your eyes see? Oh.
Ooh.
You're not the only one on the rooftops.
Oh. Fine.
And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Cool.